Howdy everyone. Hi, how's everyone doing? Me, I'm doing pretty good, but I did forget to, as usual, open up VTube Studio in this brief period. Whoops. But, yeah, I hope everyone's having a nice time. Thank you for the cure while I stepped for water.
Arby's, we have the mouthfeel.
Thank you. I see that you found the new toy already. From the, because I was watching this and I just thought, I have to put these in here. Let's hit another one. I think they're a little too loud right now. Whatever.
Arby's, you are making a mistake.
I am? Shit. Guess I shouldn't have put them in. Glad to hear you're doing better. That's very nice. That's nice. What do we got? Let's put... We need Plague. There he is. Perfect. I've been excited. I've been looking forward to playing this game more. It's because it's only been a week, but it feels like it's been too long. That's still not looking good. That's not looking great. Earlier today, Earlier today, I had a yeah, there we go. Earlier today, I was reaching into the fridge and reached into the soda box to get some, to get out a can. And I reached under the paper slip separating the two parts because it's one of the bigger cases. And I just happened to perfectly get a paper clip across on my middle finger and my ring finger. It was not great, but I'll live. It's not that bad. So, when we last left off, we had made it through the cyan door, right? Yeah, we made it through the cyan door. Gosh, this game is a little too loud for me right now. Let me just go to the volume mixer. That's better. And we went through the cyan door, and then I decided to trust Alice. She rewarded all that by betraying us and taking me at 5 points, leaving Sigma with just 1. Now we've been forced to come with Alice again into the botanical garden. Classic Alice betrayal. Hey, Mary. Okay, we can go to different areas. A metal rod. Perfect for hitting. A octagonal hole. A wrench of sorts? Okay. We got alright, now we have to figure out how to get past these gardens, and we still have to find out the combination of those buttons. A shovel. Steel, it's not rusty at all. Maybe keep it in the shed would have been good for it. Digging stuff up. I can't put any other use for it. Yeah, me neither. Yeah, it's good. Oh, that's a nasty little pixel hunt. A copper key that blends in pretty good with the shed's floor. Yeah, no, House is a good movie. One of my favorites since I saw it recently. Okay, we need a key or something for this. Can we just walk past the waterfall? Something built into the rock wall behind the waterfall? What's back there? Well, just get wet. Fine, Sigma. Sigma male rule 767. Never get wet if you don't gotta. Pepper. Paprika. A pepper. Bell pepper. Paprika is the spice you make from them. Who hid a coin? Who hid the dang coin inside a pepper? Why was the pepper open already? 5-cent coin made from brass once and a 10-cent made from bronze. Using a metal detector to show coins on those shows we hunt for treasure. Coins are made from metal. Okay. Maybe there's coins in the we gotta search all the tomatoes. I mean, it's pretty easy to tell which coin has a which tomato has a coin in it. Just smush them all. They're tomatoes. Capsiums instead of peppers. I don't think I've... Yeah, that's weird. Since I'm American, I don't know. I can't think of anyone that would call it a capsium. People usually hide their keys under a pot or in the mailbox. Mine for bitcoins. Yeah. Yeah, I know. I'm American. L. Ooh, a metal detector. Perfect. Two-toy Ego Heiress. Two-boy Ego... So the people buried here are Mr. Two-Foy and Mrs. Ego Heiress. Maybe they're making it up to make fun of cuisine. Easy to make fun. Look, it's easy to make fun of the British cuisine. What's it mean? It's Latin, but I don't know what it means either. Oh, damn. You tell me that we didn't happen to stumble into this room with somebody that knows Latin? That's weird. Alright, let's see. Let's check these keys. Does the bronze work? Nope. How about the silver? That's a cool... Ooh, I like that. I like this little lion mosaic. Looks like a lion, alright. Memento moro unus anus. A knife? A small golden key goes to the keyhole. Okay. Doesn't look like it's gonna be a murder weapon if it's something I have in here. Used for like deveining shrimp, but you can use it to cut pretty much anything. That's awesome. Huh? Oh, that you don't know about cookie stuff. I bet Alice just cuts things with her bare hand. What? What are you talking about, Sigma? This is time. I think I'll start by cooking you. Jeez, Alice, you already took all the guy's points and practically screwed him to death, and now you're gonna do this? Oh. Alright. My god, I have too many items in this inventory for this puzzle. Okay, that one, that clearly goes into this to make the, lever. Okay. There must be something you could do with the maybe I use the I get the feeling that my guess is I use the I use the coins on the scale to find like the one that's the right weight. It's a treasure map. So we gotta dig up the mushroom, the moss rock, and the white flowers. And we'll find buried treasure under them. Yo, set 0. What is with this puzzle? This is weird, even for your own puzzles. Alright, squish the tomatoes. Oh, do I have to cut inside? Do I have to cut inside it? Do they really not squish it? Okay. Oh. Alright, take up the onions. And do these cucumbers have a coin? Oh. I still... I mean, I guess it works, but, like, you could... Again, you could just smash the tomatoes. Maybe not so much the onions or cucumbers as easily. I want to make a salad. Why can't I combine the cucumber and the onion? Fine. I'll just cut open the cucumber. And... knife. Alright, there's the mushroom. Okay, the silver box we use the silver key on. Don't forget to wash his hands in the running water. Nah, that's a Sigma male rule. Never ever wash your hands. It distracts you from what's on your mind. It distracts you from what's on your grind. Alright, dig up the skunk cabbage. Alright, gold key. It works out perfectly, honestly. Where was the last one? The moss rock. I don't think I saw a mossy... Oh wait, is that the moss? It's supposed to be the mossy rock? Right there? Do I inspect it from here? Yeah. Everyone who talks about the game is just as I know that last thing. The rind's the best part. Keep the rind in the grind. Alright. And now we just put these pieces of paper all together. And it looks like... something for a music box? In the middle, on the left, or on the right? Okay. Well, in that case, it should be left, right, left. middle, right, middle, right. Oh, you can see it right there. Cool. Right, left, middle, middle, right. No, we turned off the nice waterfall. Okay, and then yeah, like I thought with the scale, we have to measure out the coins. So let's see. Like these 4 coins. Okay, and check the weights. Okay. Okay, so it looks like green is... Okay, so green is the heaviest coin. What? What do you mean failed? What? If you use a scale more than 5 times, it triggers a spring, which makes the whole thing shake. Well, that's just a point. So what's the point of that? Huh? Shoot, I wasn't really. I got distracted from which one. Let's see. So, white is heavier than red. Yellow's heavier than white. So I think it should be green, yellow, white, red. True. We'll give you 2 more tries to try and figure out the weight. If you can't manage it, we're going to have to take over. If you just keep this up, the scale might break. If you start the scale again after playing it twice, the difficulty will automatically be changed to easy. Well, wow, gee. Well, I'm pretty confident with my answer here. If so, it should be like this then. Wait. Oh yeah, I think I'm. Wait, shit! I'm putting them in the wrong order. Fuck. Right, okay, so it should be green is the big, because green is the heaviest, it should be on the right. Yep. There we go. And now we got stars. Press the star buttons in the correct order. Well, I haven't even seen anything approaching an order, but so... yeah. I'm gonna go use the lever first. See if this points me in the solution here. We turned off the sun. The garden needs nighttime? Or maybe there's a hidden meaning in switching from day to night. If we want to be afternoon, we just have to turn on the handle. Looks like it it dunked into the lion. Oh. Oh, look at that. We got hidden stuff in the river. A purple star. Oh, cool. Perfect. I don't have to manually trace it. So we got purple, blue, yellow, green, red, or pink. And purple, blue, yellow, green, red. Just making double sure that I'm entering the right, that I've got them right. Oh, I have to turn the lights back on to I have to turn the lights back on because otherwise it's too dark to play with the LED screen. What if? Darn. Okay. Let's see. So, purple, blue, yellow, green, red. And that should be the exit password then? Red, white, yellow, green? Anyway. There's something, yeah. Now where could the... Maybe if I turn the lights back off again, I can help... Maybe that'll help me find the, I'm not seeing any... I'm not really seeing anything that would... be the clue to get the other password. Was there something in here I missed? Any significance among them? Huh. I'm not sure. I took a peek at the. I actually did take a peek at how to get the safe password because I don't know, but I don't see how that. I could see how it makes. I could see what it's supposed to be because it's supposed to say the size order, but they all look like practically identical in size. Is the thing. I don't get it. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe I just don't have good enough eyes to properly tell that those are slightly different sizes. Like, yeah, I guess that it kind of makes sense if you could see it, but I couldn't, is the thing, you know? Alright, let's crack open the safes then. Moon, sun, star. And like sun key. Oh right, no. Okay, I was like, sun key, like the other game. What's that doing? No, that didn't make any sense. And sun, moon, moon. And we got ourselves a big pile of goodies. We got the egg. We got a door to the exit. A big map of floor B. We'll take the elevator down to get here. And we've got some ambidextrous key cards. Now we can play the AB game. We can play the AB game. Oh boy. You're a solo. Luna and I'll take one, and you take the other one. Looks like it. And what the hell does this mean? Rhizome 9? Nevada test site? Huh? I don't know what any of this is. I guess we'll know about it in a minute. IG is immunoglobulin. Globulin. God. I just couldn't say it. It's another word for an antibody. Things in your body after you fight off bacteria and viruses and stuff. What's else? And the only thing left is the key out of here. The hemoglobins. The homogoblins in your blood. The homeless goblins. The joblins. The joblin squad. 3, 2, 1. Hey! You found it! Immunogoblin, Spider-Man's nemesis. He gives people, he takes away people's antibodies so that they get sick from things they've already had. A real villain. Hey everybody, what's going on?
We ought to be asking you the same thing. How'd you get here?
We went through our door, and then we went out.
Hand me the map.
Here we go, perfect.
You three came in through the blue door, right?
Thank you for for tracing the path through the
Which
map
room
for
did you go
me.
into?
Bee garden?
There's a big dome with a bunch of plants in it. You can go see it
What about
later.
you guys? Well, after we went through the green door, we ended up in the treatment center.
Simple.
So, what's the treatment center? It sounds a lot like the infirmary.
I think, like,
You wanna have a
water
look?
treatment?
We can go back to any of the rooms we've already visited.
That's what my first guess right now is either water treatment or a very specific kind of medical treatment. Come on, water treatment. No, it's the lame very specific medicine type one.
They're why this is called a treatment center. Those pods can cure a number of illnesses and even repair certain injuries.
Wow, we have things like that. I guess we've got I guess technology in this setting has advanced far enough for antimatter to stably exist in tiny handheld packages that can then be used as a bomb. So I guess advanced medical tech isn't the most insane thing,
How about you climb in one of them, Dio?
Why?
Well, maybe it can fix whatever's wrong with your brain.
Hey, you want to start something, lady?
Yeah, I can tell. I mean, there's got to be something wrong with your
Calm down
wearing
now,
that
son.
hat still.
You don't cool off a bit, and I'll have to throw you in one of these pods here.
Why?
Weren't you paying attention? They have a cold sleep function. I figured that ought to cool your head up.
Wait, cold sleep? That. Oh, gee, what?
Yeah.
We've got fucking cryogenics now in here too.
According to some records we found
Hey,
in here,
Yo, Alice, you
until
should get.
about 8 hours ago, there were 3 frozen people in these pods.
You should get in there, Alice. It'd be pretty cool. I didn't mean it as a pun, but I think you'd like it. And plus, then you might turn back into Ice 9. If that was you at all. Hang on. Well, I was joking about that. 3 people were missing, huh?
3 people?
There's 3 people unaccounted for? We don't know?
We don't know.
So either 3 of us
All
were
we found
frozen
was
up.
what was in the logs for the pods.
We were frozen cryogenically, or that there's 3 people that were woken up and are unaccounted for that aren't playing the game.
No idea. Part of the logs were erased. All that's left is when the cold sleep function turned off. It records them thawing out, getting up. That's it.
Then they could be anyone.
Well, anyone but you.
But why not,
Because
Alice?
you don't need a device like this to freeze Alice.
What? What are you talking about,
Am I wrong?
Tenmyoji?
Huh?
What?
What are you talking about?
You don't need to play dumb.
Are they actually addressing Ice 9?
Water in your body isn't normal water. It's something called Ice 9.
Oh my god, they actually are!
It freezes at 96.8 degrees.
Holy shit.
That means all you have to do to put yourself in cold sleep is drop your body temperature below 96.8.
What the fuck?
No fancy machine needed.
Where on earth did you hear that?
From Clover.
Clover told Al about Alice and Ice 9, and that's
Clover?
real? What?
We were exploring the lounge during the first round.
I see.
That is, huh? That is all ice, all lies.
What's so funny?
Oh man, you fell for that one hook, line, and sinker, didn't you?
Classic
Clover
joke.
was messing with you.
Clover was messing with you.
That is, if she even said anything to you at all.
If that's true. But also,
It was a lie. A joke?
it's impossible to know.
Joke? No, there's no way it was a joke. I'm sure about it. Your body is made of Ice 9.
Well, you're mistaken.
Thank
It's a
you.
ridiculous misunderstanding. An urban legend.
seemingly no other prompting, Alice launched into a lengthy explanation. It went something like this. Ooh, yeah! Do 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 do. Yes, finally. Someone found a frozen, mummified Egyptian queen. What was curious about this mummy, however, was that it remained frozen at room temperature. People began to refer to her as All Ice, which eventually became simply Alice. Rumors that her body was made of Ice 9 began to circulate, and her bizarre refusal to thaw only compounded them.
They say that the mummy finally thawed, and when it did, it began to move. And ever since then, I've had people say they thought I was her. I mean, really, how could anyone believe something so ridiculous?
Because it's not even the most ridiculous thing in this setting,
The existence of
really.
this mysterious Alice and of this ice that doesn't melt are just urban legends.
Okay, there's got to be something to be done to fix the lip syncing or something. Let me just check. Doesn't look like there's anything to be said about it, except that apparently it was an issue introduced in the Vita and the Vita versions from the 3DS port. Why would people make that mistake about you in
Can't just
particular?
be because your name's Alice. There are tons of Alices.
Is it because of your face? And how you look?
Well, it is true that I am both beautiful and elegant. Can I really be blamed if people think I'm an Egyptian queen?
You know, you kind of feed into that with how you dress, too.
I don't think that's the only reason, though. Someone who made that mistake said something to me once. They claimed they'd seen me before. Of course, I immediately pressed the issue. Do you mean the mummy, Alice? I said. When?
When did
Where?
you see them?
Of course, they were
Where,
at a
huh?
loss. In fact, I began to feel a little sorry for them. So I told them something. If you're so convinced, then maybe I am actually Alice.
Shit. Oh, this was just a little maraca thing. That was falling off the desk. It's fine. This thing.
But maybe I've lost my memory and can't remember who I am. And so on and so on.
Alice, you will just love fucking with people, huh?
I'm still not sure why Clover would tell you something like that, though. Even if she was just messing with you, it seems a little out of left field.
Yeah.
You really think she put that much thought into it? She was probably just screwing with him, and it was the first thing that came to mind. Maybe she wanted to see if she could get him to believe something completely ridiculous.
Yeah, I could see her doing something like that.
Damn, Tenmyoji. They may
Well, I
Clover
think that's
may
enough
have
idle
gotten
gossip
you
for
pretty
now.
good.
The cold sleep business is interesting, but I don't think it's terribly useful. We should go see if the other team has returned to the warehouse yet.
All right. Oh, excuse me. Now I'm curious about how some of this works. But these questions about the rules whoa. Hey, the writing changed.
It looks like another warehouse.
It looks like the same warehouse.
Or we
Hey,
we just
look.
land. Oh, wait, this is 4B.
3 more doors.
They're all glowing white. You think?
The next set of chromatic
I'd bet on
doors.
it.
Well,
Look.
if they're all white,
They've
then
got the
that
same boxes next to them as the other doors.
that's weird.
So the
That
next
works
set of
out weird
doors
with color theory then.
They haven't all been the same color before.
We definitely need to tell the others about this.
I'm just wondering how much longer until that game makes me stop because I don't know anything more on this route. Let's. Hi.
Thank goodness.
Okay, cool.
You finally returned.
Kay is not dead
I
yet.
was beginning to get anxious.
Yeah, it will. I imagine it will,
Yes,
probably.
it's Quark, you see.
What?
What?
Quark?
What happened to Quark?
He collapsed.
Oh.
It happened so suddenly. We were just searching our room.
He's just sick. He's just got sudden sickness.
Please, you must hurry to the infirmary. Clover is looking after him, but his condition could change at any moment. You should go.
Oh no.
Oh, this is... Yeah. Shove KSI and jump through the yellow door.
Quark.
Look, why could
Come
he
on,
be?
kid.
Why is he sick? Is it normal? It can't be normal sickness. From what
Get a
I
hold
know
of yourself.
about this series, he can't be normally sick. It's got to be poison or a time paradox, or he's being psychically attacked. Hi, Itty. Thanks for stopping by. Always nice to see you. Or he's like, I don't know, or like he stepped on a rusty nail and it hurt bad. I don't know.
Hey, what are you doing? He's sick, and we don't even know what's wrong with him. What if you make him worse?
Then what am I supposed to do? I have to save him.
Save? That seems a little extreme. Maybe he just has anemia or something.
No, that's not it. I know him better than any of you.
What the fuck? My dog just... Thank you, Sketch. Well, he drank time poison in the future, and it's making his liver fail backwards. It's like the last episode of Star Trek, The Next
He doesn't have
Generation.
anemia. He's never just collapsed before.
Well, then call an ambulance and stop freaking out about it.
Call an ambulance in the middle of the death game.
Bitch, this is serious.
The infirmary seems pretty well equipped. There are plenty of diagnostic tools, but
Without a doctor, there's not going to be much we can do with him.
I've got Luna.
That's right. I remember Dio saying something. You have a medical license, don't you?
wait, really? Is that true, Luna?
Awesome. How handy that Luna
yes.
is partially trained as a
You have
nurse.
to take a look at him then. Please. Quark needs your help.
Okay, I'll see what I can do. I think that machine over there is a
Adam?
medical scanner.
If there's another machine
It's
and
called
it's
an
Eve,
Atom.
I'm gonna lose
It
it.
uses nuclear magnetic resonance imaging to examine and diagnose people.
Sure, whatever. That sounds psych science. Why not?
Yes, I believe it can.
I don't want to rush you, but the sooner the better.
What's it? Nuclear magnetic resonance. Oh wait, yeah. Oh yeah. When you say it out loud, yeah, just it's an MRI machine. Okay.
Just let us know if you need anything.
Yeah.
Of
Okay.
course.
Wow, they have an MRI set up in here. Wait, that's not supposed to be That's not an MRI. Well, I guess it's a nuclear MRI. Within seconds, his results lit up on the screen. Words too complicated for me to understand. She scrolled across it, and as she read them, Luna's face grew dark. He's got ligma.
Well,
He's
I
sick
know
with.
what's wrong with him.
He's got bofa.
I feel so terrible saying this, but Quark has an infection. A viral infection.
Oh, that's
Oh
rough.
no.
Yes. He's been infected with a virus called Radical 6.
Oh. Oh no, from the newspaper. From the newspaper! But the pandemic that has shut down the world with 100,000 deaths. Could you imagine a pandemic of that many deaths? Why, the whole world would be torn apart by that. Oh boy, this plot point is kind of... Hey, 03. Hey, Ligma.
Yeah. I told Alice and Tenmyoji about it.
Fi and I heard about it from Luna.
Dio were the first to investigate the infirmary. They saw the newspaper clipping that Quark found, and they all split up, went to different rooms. Everyone had heard about Radical 6. Yeah, right?
No. He can't... How could he have gotten infected? That's not possible.
Why wasn't it possible? Had Tenmyoji known about it before the rest of us?
There must be something we can do! How can we cure him?
Well, Adam says there's an antiviral serum called Excelavir. It's the only way to counteract Radical 6. If we can inject him with some, he should be okay.
Where is it?
Excelavir.
Shouldn't it be in the infirmary somewhere?
It was originally used for... Yeah, I know. Yeah, Plague or lowballed it. Yeah.
We looked around, but we didn't see anything.
Excelavir. It was originally used for treating race car drivers who got sick.
I don't trust a damn thing you say. I'm asking Luna.
I'm sorry, but Theo's telling the truth. We didn't find anything.
Damn it. What about the other rooms? Sigma, what about you? Did you find anything?
We couldn't possibly have found any medicine. It's just we just found plants. It was a park. Lots of veggies, but no medicine.
What about you, Kay?
Yeah, what?
Was there any medicine in your room?
We visited the laboratory. There were a number of chemicals and concoctions there, some of which were medicine, but nothing like what we're searching for, I'm afraid.
Oh, God. Then he's going to... Oh, God, no.
Just feeding... Yeah, exactly. Exactly, Barry. Are you sure? The three of you went to the treatment center, right? And you're sure it wasn't there?
No, there was nothing even remotely like it. You went there too, didn't you? The only thing in the treatment center are those treatment pods.
I don't suppose the treatment pods can solve this, huh?
Quark?
Quark!
Quark, you look pre-rendered. You look
Thank
weird.
God. You're awake!
Get away from me!
Oh shit!
What? Quark, what are you...
Sorry, Grandpa. I can't. I have to.
Have to what? What are you talking about?
Oh,
Isn't it obvious?
I don't like where this can possibly go.
I have to escape.
But how?
Like this.
No, I don't like this. Where this is going? No, please don't. Quark's hand moved like lightning, grabbed hold of the scalpel, and was driving it towards his heart. Sigma rule number 670: don't let kids commit suicide. Hey guys, I can use a hand over here. Yeah, thank you for the cure, you.
On it.
Me too.
Stop it! Let go of me, you jerks!
We got... Holy shit, this really did take the... Man. There's nothing good that can ever come from somebody having a knife in these kinds of games.
Right.
Damn you! Bastards!
Damn, Quark, you got... I guess,
Why
damn,
won't you let me go?
You got really rude in the last
I have to get out
hour
of
or
this
so.
body.
What?
They can't lock away the soul once
Once my body's gone, my soul can escape!
What the fuck are you talking? What?
Please! You have to let me go! Let me go! I'm trapped here!
What the fuck are you talking
Let
about?
me die!
What?
I have to die! Kill me!
What the fuck?
Somebody!
Holy shit!
Anybody!
Hey, Quark, you
Kill
not
me!
good.
Kill me! Kill me! Ah!
Oh jeez, this is rough. Quark barely knows the last of Scalpel and continues to scream and ride like he was possessed.
Luna,
Yes?
are there any tranquilizers in here?
No. Well, I mean,
What?
there's Superil Beta.
Soperil? Awesome!
Soperil?
It's always Soperil though, ain't it?
That's the anesthetic. The one that's in our bracelets. Good. Perfect. Hit him with some of that.
What?
He'll be fine. It's just an anesthetic, Tenmyoji. It won't hurt him, I promise.
But
Just hurry up and do it! Come on, Luna!
It's always gotta be Soperil whenever it's medicine,
just-
huh?
Okay, I've got it.
Good. Wait until he's... Now! Do it now!
Right.
No! Stop! Stop!
Oh, thank goodness they have like one. Man, that's like one of those things. Man, speaking of Star Trek, that injection gun kind of reminds me of Star Trek a little bit too, actually. With the hypo sprays, I think they were a little bit like those.
Respiration, blood pressure, brain waves, everything's normal. According to these readings, he's in a very deep sleep. Yes,
What about the anesthetic?
Hypo spray, yeah.
How long will it last?
he shouldn't wake up for a few hours.
Man, he sure was strong for such a little guy.
I think that might be the virus's fault. It probably attacks the part of the brain that governs reason. Without anything to hold it back, his body was using every ounce of strength it had.
Yeah? How do you know?
That's freaky.
Oh, well,
Because she's a
How
nurse.
much do you know about this Radical 6?
oh, not much. I probably know about as much as you do. All I've seen about it is that newspaper article. Why would I lie about that? I've seen other viruses do the same thing. I was just making a guess.
I get the feeling you are in fact lying a little bit.
So when Quark tried to kill himself, are you saying that was because of Radical 6 too? Yes. At
Cool.
least I
That-
think so.
Cool. So Radical 6 is a fucked up kind of virus then, if it just makes that happen.
what are you doing?
Yeah, was everyone just standing? What kind of virus is it? Everyone just stands still. Oh, Alice. Alice has the knife, the scalpel now. More, I wonder if she took it to protect him or for some other more sinister reason. Oh. This is good. This is... Oh my, this is good. This is getting fucked up quick off just this one route. Amazing. Alice.
We're all going to die. We're all dead already. Only terrorists would resort to biological warfare. But they will. Soon.
Hey, what the hell are you talking about?
You don't understand? All of humanity is going to die. The virus will spread. Adults, children, everyone. Everyone! There won't be anyone left! I'd rather die here!
Oh no. Everyone's getting hit. Everyone's getting hit by this. We're not even worried about the notary game right now. We're just worried about this very basic survival at the moment. Just a few moments of hesitation, but too much distance and too many doors between us. Where'd she go? Right? Left? Still trying to decide when everyone else poured out of the infirmary.
You lost her.
I don't know where she
Well,
went.
let's split up and look. Quickly. She can't have gotten too far.
Right.
Look, if you find her, it's probably best not to shout or anything. Just do your best not to provoke her. Understood? Tenmi OG, I think you should stay here with Quark. The rest of us can look for Alice. Sound good?
Yeah, I stay here. Got it.
All right, let's move, people. Get going.
Boy, I really don't know what's... This is really a fucking man, Alice, also, you have to decide after betraying me, after trying Mr. Sigma here to fucking... Now you wanna do this? Come on. Queen wasn't gonna help anything. Keep running around town. Maybe we'll run into Alice, and maybe things will be fine and normal and safe, actually. Probably not, though. With bad luck, we'll probably just end up getting stabbed right away. Or something. Sorry, I'm just moving stuff around there a little bit. There we go. If he hadn't stopped Quark, he would have killed himself. Who knows what Alice is gonna do with her knife? With the knife. Alright, head for the trust your... What was it in No More Heroes? Trust your instinct and head for the Garden of Madness. Shit, I should finish No More Heroes sometime. That was a fun game. I really like that franchise in general, but I've never actually... And I played most of the games, but I've not finished any of them. A few steps when I stopped short. Oh, no.
There you are. Good. I'm glad you showed up. I just got here a minute ago. She was like this when I found her. When you showed up, I was getting ready to carry her to the infirmary. Yeah.
Okay, cool. We found her alive.
Her breathing and pulse seem normal. She doesn't appear to have any obvious external wounds. Looks like it. Doesn't look like she has it. Figure she probably dropped it on the way here. Anyway,
yeah, she did. She just wanted the onion and the tomato and some onion and tomato and cucumber. Make a little salad and some pepper. And there's pepper. The cabbage too. I don't know if skunk cabbage is actually edible. I don't really know that. Kitty and Amy get on a guest stream. Oh, that's fun.
Please pay attention,
that's cool.
everyone. You need to hear this. The Atom has finished scanning Alice.
What did it say?
Does she have Radical 6 also?
Are identical to Quark's.
Oh,
she
good,
has
it's
also
spreading.
Been infected with Radical 6.
Way back, Fide going off to retrieve the rest of the participants. 7 eyes widened as Luna spoke.
Oh no. No.
What's going to happen to her?
Well, like I said before, there's only one way to cure Radical 6. There's a special antiviral treatment. Do you know what immunoglobulin is?
Yeah, it's
Immunogoblin.
Immunogoblin. Dio, we already made that joke. You can't do it.
It's
Sorry.
another name for antibodies. Some people have antibodies that can fight off Radical 6. Those antibodies are the basis for Excelavir.
Oh, the pods at the treatment center. Can't we stick them in those?
Right. I thought of that too. So I went and took a closer look at them. Unfortunately...
We can't freeze them?
Correct.
And they can't cure
They
it.
can suppress the symptoms for a while, but they can't kill the virus itself. The
Okay.
only way we can help Alice and Quark is if we can find some Excelavir.
But the pods will keep them from getting any worse, right?
Yes.
Well, then what are we waiting for? One of you, grab Alice. We're going to the treatment center.
Yeah. Alright. Quark shifted slightly, and something fell out of his pocket with a clink. What? Was he drinking? Quark, are you getting kid drunk? Oh. Well, how convenient.
Well, what is it?
There's a name on the label here. Excelavir.
Excelavir!
Played through the game already and completed the time limit by coming back here to dunk on Dio. Nice.
You found it, Sigma!
You found it! It was like the little... Oh,
That's the one thing that can cure Radical 6.
That'd be fun. That'd be a fun button or prompt to have. You found it. On demand. So Quark was...
Why did Quark have it?
Quark was holding it out on it,
Perhaps
though.
he found it earlier.
Yeah,
We explored the laboratory.
he
It
may
was
have,
on the other side of the red door.
I guess he pocketed it.
I happened to notice Quark putting something in his pocket. Whether or not that was his intention is unclear. I did not have the opportunity to ask, as he collapsed immediately afterwards. It didn't feel appropriate to go digging around in his pockets for it after that. And to be honest, it had also slipped my mind. We were rather preoccupied with getting him to the infirmary as quickly as possible.
Right. Clearly
Who cares about the
responsible.
details?
Spoiler alert, sound alert. You found it.
We have it. Hurry up and give it to him, Luna.
Hey, hold on a minute. What about Alice?
Does it really matter if she goes first or not?
I'm sorry, but I don't think we can do that.
What?
There's only enough here for one person.
Of course there is. Of course there's only
The
enough
way
for
we
one
have to
person.
administer this is with the injection gun, and the way it functions. It uses a whole bottle each time you pull the trigger.
In other words, we can't split the dose in two or something.
Right.
I don't know. You could probably might be able to figure it out. Stepping over to Quark, quickly ran her hands through his clothes and stepped back with a frown and shake her head. Nope,
Nothing.
didn't have any more.
That one bottle was it.
Could you imagine how awkward it'd be? You know, it's pretty awkward right now with we only have one dose. But could you imagine how terrible it'd be if the bottle broke on impact?
No.
It's like, he had Excelavir and it spilt all over the ground.
Unfortunately not.
No.
Oh, God.
Just enough medicine for one dose.
Only one person can be saved.
Who should we give it to?
Alice or Quark?
Man, the notary sub-game, the medicine. No way we're only gonna save
What
one
are
of
we
them.
going to do?
You have to spell it out. We're gonna save them both.
How?
That's, you need to calm down. Think. There had to be a way to save both of them. It was there. I knew it. To be continued. Us. Okay, so that's a pretty blatant. Go back and find out on the other timeline the way to save both Alice and Quark. Okay. And let's see, where should I go now? I'm thinking. I'm torn between either. I mean, my options are either go back to the AB game and choose to betray Al. Shit. Damn it, because I because I hit the because I backed out of the flow menu, it took me all the way back to the exact start of the game and won't let me open up the flow menu again. So I can either go back and go and betray Alice instead. I don't really feel too bad about getting betrayed by Alice, but honestly, it is the most obvious thing to check out because, you know, versus the 3 doors, that's the most obvious thing to do differently. I know that I cannot trust her to not betray us here.
What are you gonna pick? If you aren't going to do it, then you're gonna choose betray, right?
Yeah, don't worry about it.
All right. Take it away.
30 seconds remain until Ambidex game.
Hey, nice job, Chunsoft, or is it Chunsoft that did this? Whoever the dev, good job, devs, on making the flow actually point to the choice instead of, you know, a significant distance away from it like I thought it might. Betray.
Round 1 of the Ambidex game has been completed. Results will be displayed in the warehouse. Thank you for your participation.
Plus, I think going elsewhere, you know, going to one of the other chromatic doors will give me wildly different information, which, I mean, while on one hand might be nice for right now,
Ambidex gates. Now
I think it'd be best to just, you know, do this for now. That's what it feels like, the right flow for me right this moment. Fine, I stepped out of the AB room. We can see others heading towards projection.
Well, you chose what I wanted you to choose. I guess I should say thanks.
Cute smile, Phi.
Thanks.
Aw, come on, you don't need to do that. I just made the obvious choice. Well, I'm sure Alice chose betray. 100% positive. And so we had to choose betray, right?
How do you know what she's going to choose?
I guess you could say I just know.
Are you making fun of me?
Maybe. Oh, shit.
Yo, what's up?
Yeah, 0 the 3rd. Hell yeah.
Siggy! But no! Hey, what are you kids doing over there?
God, they sound almost a little drunk with the way they're like, yo, Siggy.
We're about to announce the results.
Let's go.
I do wonder if, I mean, I can't really know if unless I made like a whole new save game and that'd be pointless, is if perhaps this, you know, that little dialogue, like, I'm pretty sure she chose betray. I wonder if that would have changed slightly because of the fact that would have been different if I chose betray the first time, you know?
Good.
Good.
Looks like you're all here. Finally, let's get ready to roll! Ambidex game! Round 1! The results! If everybody would please direct their eyes to this monitor.
Yeah, that makes sense because, you know, given even for not even for the choices that aren't drastic future knowledge changing it, but like a vague notion. Yeah, exactly. What? Wait, huh? Huh? Everyone else in the Ambidex game went the exact every other pair went the same, but Alice went opposite us either way. That's weird.
Here are the results from your game.
Well, damn. Now Wow, man, so hey, that means that either way you play this choice the first time, you go out feeling terrible because it feels like, because if you choose, because it makes you feel like, oh, Alice, she got us. Damn it, Alice got us. Or, oh man, we betrayed Alice, even though we knew.
Now, let us check the numbers on our bracelets.
I can't believe that we're the jerks. But how? I guess she's a receiver too. Hey, Alice! What the hell is this?
What?
You chose betray last time! So I chose betray too. No, why?
Wait a minute.
What?
Last time?
Last time?
What on earth are you talking about?
Yeah, look at that! Can you tell me one thing?
What?
When exactly did you press the button?
5 minutes before the deadline.
Wait, huh? That doesn't make... Okay, now that doesn't line up, then.
There's that announcement, right?
We pressed the button in 30
I
seconds
pressed it right
before
after
it.
that.
What?
Why?
Yeah, whoa! Oh my god, we're actually doing the full thing. This is awesome. What's going on? When fine, I chose Alice. Alice picks betray.
I just made the most rational choice. The best way to minimize risk and maximize reward in this situation is to choose betray. Anyone who thinks otherwise is, well, an idiot.
But this time I chose betray and her voice changed to ally. That's crazy. I love it. What was different? Had history somehow changed because of my choice? No, that was insane. If Alice had known that I would chosen betray and chosen ally in response, at least that would have followed the principle of cause and effect. What just happened was something entirely different. There's no way Alice could have known what we would choose when we made our decision. If she had known we intended to betray her, there's no way she'd choose an ally. In other words, she must have made her decision without any knowledge of ours. But yet, us going back somehow flipped the... Huh? Talking about a game of rock, paper, scissors. Oh god, I throw a rock. After that, Alice throws down paper. Obviously, I lose, so I go back in time and whip out the scissors this time. This time, Alice chooses rock. I lose again. That's fine, because it still makes sense. My actions in the past cause Alice's actions in the future. Easy. What happened in the AB game wasn't like that. Go back to the instant game of rock, paper, scissors. This time Alice is the one who threw out her hand first. In this situation, there's no way for me to know what it is. So I decided to go with rock. Now Alice's choice is revealed. Turns out she went with paper. I lose, I'm pissed off. So I go back in time and change history and erase my loss. Yeah, just pointing out that what the hell just happened is weird. It doesn't make sense. Alice went with paper. Here's the important part. When I make this choice, Alice has already made her choice. Sure of my victory, I throw out scissors, but she knew the rock. How could this have happened? Why? How did it change to rock? There's no cause and effect here. Alice's choice was in the past and mine was in the future. How could that happen? How could the future influence the past? Oh boy. Oh boy, Sigma, wouldn't you like to know about the future influencing the past, huh, pal? Oh boy, we'd be here a whole fucking game if that was the case. We'd be here the whole franchise, probably, given this, how this works out. It wasn't theoretical now. This had happened. What's going on? No, wait. Why the fuck was I talking so casually about going back in time? Yeah. He's just now... Sigma has just caught up to the fact that he is now back in time? Time travel's impossible. There's absolutely no way to travel through time. Absolutely no way at all. But if that was true, then you wouldn't know about this timeline.
The best way to minimize risk and maximize reward in this situation is to choose betray. Anyone who thinks otherwise is, well, an idiot. Hey!
Oh yeah, Alice is still mad at us for doing
Did you
that.
have a stroke or something? Besides, why do I have to answer your questions? I should be the one yelling at you. Because of you two, I've only got one VP left.
Now you know how it feels, though you don't know why you should know it how that feels.
You're right. What in God's name is wrong with you?
Sorry, I feel terrible about
Forget it.
this.
I'm never going to trust you or Phi again.
Don't worry, you
You'll
will.
pay for this.
Her one last hurt, scornful look over her shoulder as she left, and it stabbed me right through the heart.
I really don't know what I can say. We had no idea you would choose ally.
No way I'd choose betray. Not with Clover on the other side.
What? What do you mean?
Do you have an interest in Clover?
Sorry, I'm kind of occupied by my snack. But Kay can express like that?
What?
That's funny.
No, that's not... No.
What is it then?
Well,
You'd have to be crazy to pick ally. The only way it'd make any sense to do that is if you really, really trusted the other person.
so you're saying you don't trust me then?
Duh!
Yeah, look at
Are
you.
you senile? Why the hell would I trust some old geezer I just met a few hours ago?
I see. Say no more. Didn't think it'd hurt this much.
This conversation is going different than last time too. It's a lot more heated and less amicable between these two, between Clover, Kay, and
What's
Tenmyoji.
that supposed to mean? You're starting to get kind of creepy.
Tenmyoji was rather understanding, almost, of Clover's decision. Hurt, but he would, you know, he got it, you know. Here, he's just outright upset.
Creepy, huh? I understand. I guess I just haven't had enough time to earn your trust.
I suppose you could say that. I just didn't really expect you to be so nice about it.
No, there it is. We just missed this part. Or I guess maybe we just missed this part of the conversation.
Well, looks like those guys managed to get through this all right. Figure that means the fault here's got to be mine.
Huh?
Or maybe it feels both almost the same, but not quite, which is weird that our decision is the
Thank you
same.
very much.
Is different, but somehow affected that.
Don't worry about it. We only did what anybody else would do. Right, Mr. Dio?
Yeah. Exactly.
Seem to resolve things amicably by all choosing ally. No doubt we were all wishing we'd done the same. But why did Dio sound so awkward? What happened in there? Only Dio and Quark knew for sure. Quark punched Dio with the nuts. He threatened to punch Dio in the nuts if he didn't
Zero,
pick
when does
ally.
the next round start?
What makes you think we'll be having another round?
Well, you said round 1. If there's a round 1, then there's likely a round 2.
Besides, didn't you say the goal of the AB game was to
It kind
get
of
9 VP?
it kind of the lunchbox, the hat kind of looks like I can't say what exactly, but it kind of reminds me of an item in Don't Starve of all things. Like it'd be something that like it protects you from damage and also has lights that turn on at night or something like that. Like
That's impossible without a second round.
like a pretty powerful mid-game armor piece, you know.
I guess you got a point. You're right. There will be a second round.
When?
I don't know.
Why not?
The voting happens when an AB gate opens.
The voting happens.
They're already open.
Right you are. So, let me just close them.
Whatever the hat is, it is a very fun hat.
The Ambidex gates.
Quark keeps
have
snacks in there?
Round 2 of the Ambidex game will be the Moon Round.
Oh my god, that's
Will
awesome.
be required to open the gates.
Yeah, Zero the Third's a pretty fun rabbit.
Yes, indeedy. Now,
You'll have to look for cards with moons on them.
So,
I don't know. As many times as
This all feels kind of familiar, but yeah.
But I plan on keeping this party going until somebody opens the...
So it's over when someone gets 9 BP.
Nope. As long as that person doesn't open the number 9 door, the game goes on.
Oh my, Gabby! Thank you so much for the Gabby. Thank you for the raid. Hi everybody. How's things going? How y'all doing today? We went back in time and betrayed our friend, betrayed the person who was going to betray us. But it turns out in this timeline they went and tried to be our friend. So now we're the jerks, and we lose either way. How's everybody? What were you guys up to? What are you guys up to today? Hope you had a nice time today.
Of course. You could also get stuck just below 9 BP, where every bunny just keeps going back and forth and back and forth. And
Yeah.
2 points.
Do I have a shout out? I don't remember if I have it. Let me see if I got this. That is, well, oh, Dark Souls, the Stream Elements one. That needs some work there, huh? Dark Souls, huh? Awesome. I've never managed to beat Dark Souls 1. I played Dark Souls. I beat Dark Souls 2 and 3, but I never really got very far in 1 because I just found was at a point where all the levels I could access, I wasn't really enjoying any of them. Maybe I can go back and enjoy it now, now that I'm slightly more mature and skilled at gaming.
After all, if there's no bunny with 9 BP, the door can't open. If that happens, you'll just have to continue. Round 100, round 2000, you might even go all the way up to round 24,009,004,897.
I loved Dark Souls 2, though. I played that all the time when it came out. I can't say why 2 held me so much, but it was a very good game. I liked it. It was very good to me.
I don't know. Can you?
Can I ask you something? This game is basically these nine people have been kidnapped by Zero and are being forced by Zero, the AI Zero the Third, the rabbit there, to play the Nonary game. The Nonary game is a game in which basically everyone you have to try to get. The rule basically is you have to try to get 9 points on your bracelet. Then you can open the 9 door, and you and only the people with the 9 points can escape in order to gain. But there's also a lot of, but that's the simplest point of the setup of the point. There's also plenty going on involving time, a bit of time travel, pandemic, escape rooms. Yeah. You gotta have 3 people that go into the doors exactly.
So?
Yeah, the Zero Escape games, they often go and play very wild directions that you won't even really expect them to go. Yeah, very, very good. It's a very good series.
There aren't any rules about how many people can go through that door. It could be 1 person, or 2 people, or even all 9 of you. There is one thing though, Ziggy. All that stuff about how you have to have 3 people to go through the secondary chromatic doors.
Yeah. You don't need, and here's Zero pointing out, you don't need all 100. You don't need all the people. You do need typically 3 bracelets. You need 3 bracelets to go through the chromatic doors. And the bracelets are.
Just use the bracelets.
But the bracelets only are attached until you die.
How?
So here's Zero instigating murders to happen.
There's a sort of scanner between the 2 doors. It checks to see if the right people are going through. But that doesn't necessarily mean it's scanning the people.
So, it's scanning the...
Ding ding ding!
Because if you
As the scanner sees the right combination of bracelets, it doesn't matter how many people there are!
do these things come up?
They do indeed.
If you die.
Then how do I take it off?
Well, there's 2 ways. The first is to get through the number 9 door and escape. As soon as you're out, the bracelet unlocks all by itself.
Oh yeah, and because they haven't mentioned it yet, but there's also the fact that if you don't reach 9
Zero,
points,
wake up, will ya?
if you reach 0
You
points,
stupid.
no, not.
Oh, B.O.
Come on,
I
B.O.
think you already know.
Think about it. Death.
What?
Do you really want to get rid of that bracelet?
I actually opened up my brain
Of course I
memory.
do.
Hey, the brain memory does let me do this, though. I forgot. That's how I helped solve the puzzle of the. Anyways, let's do this. Get fucked, Dio. Oh god, poor man doesn't even know that I'm imagining him as Mr. Pringles.
Oh, well. I see. It's easy. Nothing to it, really.
Anyway, so where were we? Oh yeah, we were talking about how you need to die to take your bracelet off.
Die.
Here's an exciting fact. Your heart creates a bunch of faint electrical impulses.
You know what an electrocardiogram is, right? Technically, it's a machine that graphs the electric current flowing across the myocardium. But you probably know it as the thing in the hospital with the little light that goes...
I've heard all this before, but the thing is that the way that...
When someone dies on a TV show.
But I don't want to skip through it because I just love the way Zero explains this.
Anyway, the point is that you can detect the electricity that your heart makes by pumping blood. Your fancy little bracelets pick up on that. They're always watching. So, when that signal goes away...
The lock on the bracelet releases, right?
I suppose I should be more technical about the fact that, yeah, it's not when you die when the bracelets come off, it's when your heart stops, which is largely effectively, it means the same thing, but I still feel like that's a plot point that someone's gonna make their heart stop on purpose to take off their bracelet, you know.
Your heart stops. Your bracelet comes off.
And then they either revive themselves or have someone else revive them afterwards, you know?
apart from that, there's no other way to get the bracelets off.
After all, we have these we have some pretty fancy medical technology already with like an MRI, a handheld MRI machine.
Trying to break them or something. I don't think I need to remind you what happens when you do that.
But then again, maybe Zero. But then again, also Zero has threatened to just remotely, activate the lethal injection in the bracelet. So maybe that wouldn't work out anyways.
Oops. I guess it's not gonna be very lucky for some of you, huh?
Next round.
Yep.
What do you mean?
Well, do I have to explain everything? Somebody might die during the next round of the AB game.
There. That's pretty clear, right?
If I had to guess, I'd say it's going to be 10 mealdy or less. One or the other. Or... it might be both of them.
What?
Why am I going to die?
Yeah, there we go. Point it out.
Anyone whose BP drops to 0 gets penalized. Just like when you break the rules.
I'm pretty sure I already told you what the penalty is.
Correct, Siggy. Full marks.
Pi had been right, but how had she known before Zero told us? Again, not like it's a very hard thing to intuit that the losers die in the death game,
Alice and I only have 1 BP. That means we'd have less than 0 if we lost 2 points.
What?
What the hell?
You can never.
This is important stuff. Why didn't you tell us about this earlier?
He did. He did. But in the other timeline, and which was also at around this point in time, and there, don't worry about it.
Not going to cut it. I thought you were supposed to tell us the rules, not hide them.
Well,
is there anything else you've conveniently left out? It's not fair to make people play a game without explaining all the rules.
I think it's fair.
I think it's fair.
After all, it's not like anybody else knew, right? Right, Fido?
Oh, Zero is pointing the finger at Fido.
Yeah, I guess so.
Yep, the AB game will continue until we open the 9 door. No, as many people as have 9 points can go through. But the 9 door only ever opens once. Chromatic doors can be opened by any number of people as long as you have the bright bracelets. Bracelets only won't work. It will unlock if your heart stops or if you get out of here. If you run out of points, the needles activate, giving you a lethal injection.
The next set of chromatic doors you'll be going through are downstairs. You already saw them, right? There should have been 3. Red, blue, and green. That means that to get through, you'll need bracelets in cyan, magenta, and yellow.
But wait! You've already got those bracelets! Have a look! The color's changed, hasn't it?
I wonder... Okay, so I wonder...
So am I.
Me too.
Okay, so yeah, the pairings have changed. The pairings are different also in this timeline.
It looks like the color wasn't the...
What do you mean?
Well, it looks like our groups have changed too. I was a solo last round, but now it says pair.
Or wait, did they? Was that? I forget what. No, wait, yeah, I was paired with it was paired with Luna in the other line.
Really? Mine still says solo.
It looks like Luna and I both changed, although I've gone from solo to pair.
I'm the opposite. Mine went from pair to solo.
No change here. Still a pair. I guess this must be magenta.
Yep,
Are
you're
you two
still
magenta
colorblind.
Too?
Yeah.
Quark, Clover, and I are cyan.
I think Mr. K and I are pairs. And Miss Clover is a solo?
Those are lunch boxes on his hat.
Looks like it.
That's great. I love it.
When did they change?
Whoops. Clicked out the window.
Back when the AB gates closed. As as soon as the gates close, your colors get all shuffled up automatically. The pair and solo assignments hop around a bit too. And of course, it's totally random. No rule. Now, with all of that, sadly,
What?
And now Zero's
there's not really
Zero's giving us a sad
anymore.
goodbye because now we know the rules.
I mean, I'll never see you guys again.
We'll definitely see you again, Zero. Even if it's not forward in time, we're gonna see you again backward in
I
time.
think I was gonna cry. Nah, 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 nah. Suckers! As if I'd cry over you dummies.
Fucking catches me off guard like, you fucking dick! Always naysaying everything I create!
You mad? Anyway,
You create
what?
something like inward singing.
But I'm always watching.
Inward singing will be the plot device in in Somnium Files 2, where it turns out that a killer can only be identified by the fact that they can sing just as good inward as they can outward.
Tragedy.
That little piece of shit. If I could just get my hands on that little fucker, I'd squeeze him till he popped.
He's an AI. He can't squeeze him.
What happens now? We've still got a while until the chromatic doors open.
We should go and see if we can find any other exits. Maybe there's a vent, or if there's a chance Zero
A vent?
missed something.
A vent? A vent? Among us?
I
Sus?
concur. There's no point in standing around. We lose nothing by looking. And if we find nothing...
We won't find anything.
5 minutes would give us a good half hour or so.
Let's meet in front of the chromatic doors 5 minutes before they open then. Any objections?
Alright. Are the antimatter bombs still planted, is the thing. I have to wonder. Is Sigma gonna reflect on why he ended up kidnapped again? Pissed off anyone this badly? Obviously I'm not a genius or an athlete, and wasn't chose my god to fill a purpose. At least I wasn't sort of frightened to fight with our new religion, hacked a server, witnessed assassination, got wasted and had a white night stand with the mistress of a prominent politician. Well, yes, but it was just the one time. It still catches me off guard because he doesn't clarify if he's kidding or not. And she was the one who went after me. That'd be an absolutely wild story if he's not joking. But in reality, he probably is. I can't say with 100% certainty that he isn't, you know? Think back to the night of the kidnapping. Oh, we really are doing this again. I'm gonna just go into... Yeah, I think I really do like that idea that he is not joking about it. Let's just... Yeah, I'm just gonna hit skip over this flashback. We already got it. He was sleepy at the library, he went to his car, and he got gassed by Zero. And it was on Christmas Day that he got kidnapped. Then a few days wallowing in misery, but I figured at least deserves some self-pity. Brooding and whining won't get anywhere. We gotta find another way out. Stood up straight and headed for the lounge. Alright, there. Now people will probably have something different. Hopefully have something different to say. They better. This would be a real pain if I end up going through this twice, you know? At the very least, when we reach the chromatic doors, stuff will be way different.
Hey, Sigma.
And I'm just gonna take a quick peek to make sure. Yeah. I mean, look at that. We've got a decision to make instead of a pure, you know, railroad. We got multiple decisions actually.
Can I get you a seat? What do you want?
I'm gonna check up on you guys. You're still 21 in this timeline, right? A sofa, 3 ladies. Feel like I'm in the VIP room.
Can I get you a drink?
Better not be underage.
I turned 21 just the other day.
Probably have a drink or two then. Unfortunately, it's
Why
probably
not?
not a good idea to get drunk here.
Really?
It's not a good time to get
It
wasted.
seems like this sort of thing is exactly what makes people want to drink in the first place. Sigma?
It hasn't gone away yet?
It's fine for a while, but I guess the bastard's back.
alright?
Alright, cool. We're talking about the headache, and it seems slightly different. I'm sure if we leave it alone, it'll just go away in a bit. That's what I waited for anyway. Does anyone else
What?
got headaches?
The headaches. Now that you mention it, yeah, I did get one a bit ago. I feel fine now, though.
Huh.
I think I did have a bit of a headache earlier. Not me. Well, it's hard to explain. I just feel kind of weird. Your head feels weird? No, my body feels weird. Like my whole body.
It's kind of like when you sleep on one of your arms, and you wake up, that arm feels like it's not yours anymore. It's not just my arm though. The whole body feels kind of numb and
I
foreign.
don't know.
Yeah, this feels devastatingly
I
familiar.
guess it's kind of like... Oh, if that's what you're talking... It's kind of like my body. I'm sort of...
It's like my
floating.
body isn't mine. Weird.
Maybe it's because of the anesthetic gas. It might have looked like white smoke. The stuff that...
But Luna suspects that we might just still be lingering from a little bit of anesthesia.
It seems like we were
Okay.
unconscious for a long time, so... Well, it could be a...
Whatever. That's not a... Yeah, haven't really...
I think the only thing that'll really be different is when we run into Alice, and she'll be pissed at us instead of us being reasonably upset with her. You know, peeking at the betrayal. It doesn't make sense to be upset with her, but like, you know, the fact is she changed her vote just because of cause and effect. Just because cause and effect. And the effect influences the cause, or whatever.
Oh, Sigma, perfect timing.
You
Hey.
were in the crew
Did you find any...
like a secret door or something?
You find anything suspicious?
anything?
We found the Schrodinger's kitty cat. It's a book about cats. This is the thing that's whenever I start talking about cats, I start talking like one. Doesn't really mean anything though.
Okay.
Hey, you know what? If we're not getting anywhere, let's take a moment to take a peek at some of these files then. Let's see. Ice 9 form water with a melting point around 36 degrees Celsius. The idea of Ice 9 was forward by American science fictioner Chris Vonnegut. Ice 9, his vision has a melting point of 45.8. There's a water that says all the water in Alice's body is not Ice 9. Who knows whether it's true or not? But if it is, then she always has to keep her body above 36 Celsius. Let's see. H. Gintaro Hongo was one of the characters that appeared in 999. He was the person who supervised the kidnapping the children, who participated in the Onori game of 2018. The vote and a power free the soul. The morphogenetic field. In the Zero-Escape series, people can communicate it using the field are known as espers. If the field theory is true, I mean, in a sense, all humans are espers of a sort. Immunoglobulin is important to the body's defenses against viruses, bacteria, and invaders. It neutralizes certain threats. IG replicator found in the lab gets its name from immunoglobulin. globulin. Free the soul? What the hell? What is that? It's a weird thing to drop in a note here ahead of time. Factorization. Factorization, the purpose of reducing a number to a series of numbers that, when multiplied together, give the original number. When taken to its logical conclusion, this will result in a list of prime numbers. 2, 3, 5, 7 is prime factorization. Oh no. This seems even more... This seems way more involved than fucking... than the digital root crap in the last game. 2-Foy Ego Heiress. Maybe you're talking about a pair of sexy ego toaster waffles. What it actually means is, what you are, I was. What I am, you will be. Free the Soul is a De La Soul cover band. Laugh and drag these hazmat baskets. I don't know, like ass cracks. Wait, that's not De La Soul. That's Del the Funky Homo Sapien. Shit. And that's not even his solo work. That's him on Gorillaz. That's him collabing with Gorillaz. The implication is the question was once alive like the reader, but the reader will be one someday also be dead. Well, ominous, I guess. And SOIS, Special Office of Internal Security, an elite intelligence organization under jurisdiction of the Department of Defense. Disruptive elements like terrorists, radical splinter groups, religious organizations with extreme agendas that can pose a threat to the state or citizenry. Their stated goal and purpose is to maintain peace, but their charter authorizes an arrest, detain, or even kill. Scary. Oh, so like normal cops.
That's weird. So what's the cat book about?
Anyway, Schrodinger's cat.
Oh, yes. A cat is put in a... That means something like... What?
Meowby? I haven't really heard anything of Meowdy. I'm just telling you what Fi told me.
Probably isn't gonna give us any hints then.
Quark, you're doing it too.
Oops.
You're a funny little kid, Quark. Even though you did just try to kill yourself in a very, honestly, frankly, kind of disturbing scene back there a few minutes ago. Checked out the lounge with Clover, Tenyoji, and Quark was in the infirmary with Daily and Luna. Anything suspicious in this place?
Is pretty suspicious, but I suppose that's not what you meant. Well, the puzzles in the lounge were... Yes, apparently all the...
Alright, lunar eclipse, New Year's Eve.
Even what day it is, but Clover was saying something to that effect.
Wait, hang, what year did they say again? 2028. Okay. Lunar eclipse. What did that have to do with any of this?
What about the infirmary, Quark? Did you find anything there?
Yeah.
Alright, I'm feeling confident enough to just skip. So, whoosh!
Well, I don't think there's any reason for us to get all worried about it.
There's a pandemic on the outside of the walls? I don't think there's any reason for us to get worried about it. Oh, Quark. You should be very worried about this epidemic, actually. You, of all people, saying not to be worried about the Radical 6 pandemic. That's fun. That's funny. I didn't even notice that he's the one that gets sick first with it, huh? At least from my point of view, you know.
Just hurry up and try to find out how to get out of here.
Quark has a point. If we want to know what's going on outside, the fastest way to find out is by going outside.
Good. Mister, what are you gonna do?
Alright, we gotta go...
Then we will see you.
And then we gotta go deal with the fact that hey, Alice. That's really weird about how that whole... I guess Schrodinger cat kind of works out, huh? No? Not really an apt comparison. However that worked out. Funny thing how we just kind of ended up, how our fates don't let us align, huh? Hey, Alice. What's up?
What are you doing here?
You still mad, huh?
Obviously.
Yeah, whatever.
Come on now, you don't have to get your panties in a bunch.
That's easy for you to say, Dio.
You're the only one here actually wearing panties, Dio. Jesus, that was terrible.
You're sitting pretty at 5 BP. Tenmyoji and I only have one. You do understand what that means, don't you?
That's no reason to take your anger out on people. You won't get your BP back by being a jerk to him.
What's this? You're gonna take his side? I thought you, of all people, would agree with me.
I do.
No, you don't. You don't get it. Why would you care? You've got, what, maybe 5 years left? Maybe less?
Wow, Alice, you're not... I wanted to like you, but you're just being rude, whether you're in the lead or in way behind,
I'm not like you. I'm still young. I want to live a long life. There's so many things I still want to do.
Like what?
Well, let's see. I want to wear lots of gorgeous clothes. I want to eat tons of...
What an idiot.
Excuse me?
And I was going to take your side, but after that load of horse shit, you're on your own.
Bugging out hardcore? What do you mean, like how her animations are acting, or just like how she's acting and how she's upset about all this?
Look.
Either way, I agree. She's not being nice.
Frustrated. But there really is something important I have to do.
What do you gotta do?
Avenge my father's murder. That's what...
Okay, you haven't got much...
No, I couldn't.
You haven't got much new to say here, huh? Still... Wow, that was so unkind of you. Does your father's murder have anything to do with you being trapped here?
As to why you're here, but it's possible that his death is connected to my abduction. I was on their trail. I was tracked.
How close were you?
I can't say, but it's possible that I was getting close enough that they decided something had to be done with me. Well,
a detective?
I wouldn't really say I'm a detective.
So, I'm gonna guess by that note being on your route, then you're a member of SOIS. You're part of the Department of Defense or something.
Like that?
Is that why you're being so secretive about it, then?
I didn't say I was a detective. No.
SOIS is a SOS. CIA? No. Well, whatever you are, you don't look like one.
That's fine. In my line of work, the less I look like what I am, the better. Better I keep them guessing.
Hey, what's
she got to do with anything?
Well, I was thinking maybe you were related.
No, she has nothing to do with my work.
Okay,
She's just a friend that I met somewhere.
Yeah, out in the middle of the Nevada desert.
The middle of a desert. Yes, but that's an awfully long story.
About 20 hours long.
Wait, hold on. Why? That doesn't seem fair. How about you guys give up a little personal information? We'll start with you, Tenmyoji. Who are you?
Just a garbage collector.
Okay, yeah, this all lines up with the past. Let's just...
I see.
Just taking a peek at into the log after it really does skip way too fast.
Shit. Guess I got a little sappy there.
I wish that there was like a button to like swap to auto or skip mode, you know?
Tour stops. I got my way back to the caravan. This black van pulls up. Before I can even get a look at them, they hit me with that gas and I'm out like a light. Next thing I know, I'm waking up in the AB room. Anyway, enough about me. You still haven't heard your story, Sigma. Who are you?
I'm a was on my way home from school, got in the car, white gas came out everywhere.
Doctor?
Check the controls in case there's buttons to switch out of the manual. And I don't see a button to check the controls. Hang on, what if I... Okay, I'm gonna save, hit quit, options... I don't even see an option, a controls button. A controls option. You gotta go to... Oh, you tired, Mary? Don't stay up on my account. Have a nice night. Thank you for coming, though. Glad you're having a good time.
I guess you've been working on that for quite a while, huh?
Let's see. Oh, help! Help, help! Let's see. Did he really just say that? You find out with the history button. Use it to rewind dialogue so you can check before you wreck. You want to play the game, but sometimes life happens. Perhaps a spectral horse floats through your wall and demands your servitude. Perhaps a rival martial artist challenges you to a duel. If you find yourself interrupted, simply click the save button and resume your game later. What? During the escape, you gotta find out. In the novel, you make choices, and you might survive. WASD. Click on stuff. Thank you for the cure, you. Have a nice time. How to use items. Select an item. Item screen. Novel. Skip. There may be times when you encounter text that you've already read. Skip functionality has been implemented for this very reason. When you're in auto mode, just click the auto fast forward button on the right side until it's getting to skip. Fast forward through text you've already read. You can also accomplish it with the control key. There we go. Nice. So if I swap to auto,
can you?
You still don't believe him?
Of course not.
Oh, it's kind of it's just. I was hoping that it. Okay, control flips. It flips through the mode every time.
Just forget about it.
I got her talking when we were in the.
All right. All right. Suddenly, are we talking about the bomb? All right. So it seems the bombs have still been planted.
You have to come with me.
What's wrong?
We found something really bad in the crew quarters.
Something?
Bad.
Just hurry. It'll make sense when you see it.
It is kind of lame that these two overlap so heavily in dialogue, you know? Pointed under the bed. The four of us crouched down and followed his finger. There it was. The antimatter bomb.
A bomb. At least that's what Mr. K said.
And there's that ominous premonition of the future of us exploding. Hope we don't run into that. That would suck, huh? It's still hard to tell if that's supposed to be the moon or the Earth. Same time I seen the vision. It wasn't a hallucination. Had it been a premonition?
We need to get everybody else in here now.
No, it's okay. Mr. K's already getting them. They should be here really soon.
Oh boy. So yeah, like we know last time, somebody planted this bomb in the 2.5 hours since we went through the crew quarters. And this bomb has enough power to blow up with about 100 tons of TNT.
You see?
Or somewhere along those lines. Who's the first person to find this? Oh! Oh, hey, wait! It automatically stopped skipping because I think this is different.
I found it while Quark and I were investigating this area. We split up to collect the rest of you.
How did you know it was a bomb?
I have seen it before.
When?
I'm not sure.
Because of the amnesia?
Yes.
Because of I forget. Because of amnesia.
Are you kidding me? We don't even know if it's a real bomb. Are you gonna tell me you believe that guy who can't remember his own fucking name knows a bomb when he sees it?
No. Kay is right. That's a bomb. I'm sure of it.
How do you know?
I just do, okay?
You sounded pretty sure about the switch, too. How do you know all this?
Let's just say it's an occupational hazard.
Antimatter bombs are an occupational hazard. To be fair, their existence is a hazard to literally every occupation.
What kind of occupation do you have?
I can't tell you that.
Spare me the bullshit. This isn't time for keeping secrets.
Please, just trust me. Look, I know I'm repeating myself, but I'm sure that's a bomb.
A bomb! That doesn't even look like a bomb when it looks like a planted bomb. Yeah.
And it's not just any kind of bomb.
It's a little sci-fi bomb.
It's an antimatter bomb.
But it is a bomb.
Antimatter.
That's definitely a bomb.
Wait, you mean a bomb that uses annihilation energy?
Oh, you know what that is? Anyway, yes, you're right.
What's
I would've thought you'd
Annie-Hill
know.
Nation?
Why?
Well, your name is. You do know what that means, right?
That process is called...
Okay, yeah, then
an
they
antimatter
explain
bomb
how
is a bomb that
antimatter
uses
goes into it. And so, yeah, E equals MC squared, matter times the speed of light squared is too much. Oh, good, I did manage to stop skipping right into the terrible metaphor.
Alright, how have you got men and women?
Alright, no, we don't need that. We don't
think I
need
know
men
what kind of
and
bomb
women.
it's probably
We don't need
using
to
antihydrogen.
gender
There
explosives.
should only be about 25
I do
micrograms
love
of
that,
material in
though.
there.
It makes no sense.
That's less than 1,000th of a gram. So you'd only get about 45 billion joules of energy, right?
How is everybody here so easily able to do the math involving speed of light squared, though, off the top of their heads, though?
What does that mean?
About as much explosive power as 1 ton of TNT.
Wait, okay, it was just 1 ton of TNT. Okay, to be fair, though, 1 ton or 100 tons...
A ton?
It doesn't really matter, you know? It doesn't really matter that much in the long run if it's a bomb, and when it's a bomb that's gonna blow up the entire building.
And how exactly? That's enough to blow up a 10-story building!
True. But it's a lot less powerful than an atomic bomb. We don't know how big this place is. If we can get far enough away from the bomb, we might have a chance of survival.
Perhaps. But how do we know this is the only bomb?
What do you mean?
Look at it carefully. It's got a number 3. Do you see it?
Yep, it's got a
If
3
the
on
bombs
it.
are numbered,
And there might be a 1 or 2, and a
Yes.
possibly a 4 or 5.
there's no way to know if this is the final bomb.
Given the nature of like me waving, I'm not rigged for hand tracking, but waving my hand around all this, I'm guessing there's probably 9 bombs. It'd be weird if it was only 3, honestly, or just 1. There's gotta be 9 bombs, right?
Anyway, we can't just sit here and do nothing. We should move it. Somewhere.
It's not a good idea. Don't touch
No!
a bomb. Don't
touch
move explosives, you stupid idiot asshole.
What the hell do you think you're doing?
What if I use my brain? It doesn't quite line up, but still funny.
Have you got a death wish or something? This bomb is here because somebody planted it. Do you really think they didn't rig it to go off if some idiot tried to move it?
Yeah, come on. That's like the basics of any kind. Finding anything dangerous. Don't touch it if you don't know exactly what you're doing.
What the fuck are we supposed to do?
We'll just have to leave it be for now, until we can find the detonator or figure out how to turn it off.
And you're telling us we should just prance off and ignore the...
There's not much else we can do.
Do you know how to turn it off?
Well, there is a way.
Then spill the... How do we turn the damn thing off?
There should be an emergency deactivation password. If you enter that password, the device should, well, deactivate. Yes, that's right.
Alright, if only we knew how to...
Look again. You see it? Right here. There's a port.
A US... Oh wait, that's the port! That's the port right there! I didn't quite see it the first
We
time.
can find the password input device. We just connected here. Then we can enter the password.
At least I assume that's supposed to be the port, but we don't got any. It doesn't matter what it is. We don't know where the device is.
Something like this.
I have no idea, but we can figure out when they did it. When you and I searched this room, we didn't find anything, right? So that means the bomb must have been planted after we'd left.
Yep. And when we went and checked the chromatic doors, everyone was there. And we've all been around other people. No, but...
I don't know about that. After we finished the AB game, we all split up. But if someone planted it right before then...
Oh, yeah. You don't know, do you? Before we went off to the 3 rooms, we searched the hallway. Everybody was all split up.
Yep, nobody's got an alibi.
Yeah. Anyone could have come by here then. It would have been easy to sneak away.
You know, I don't remember seeing you around, Sigma.
What were you doing?
I was having a flashback to my kidnapping. But I look suspicious. It looks like I'm the imposter who rigged the reactor.
I never said that.
Really? Back when we were in the AB room, you said...
And there's Spy pointing out that we saw the future about the bomb exploding, so that's fun. You're throwing Sigma male under the bus. There's no way to know how the culprit here is actually one of us. Maybe there's someone else here and they set the bomb.
Impossible. There's no way that would get past Zero. And there's no way Zero would let anybody do something that would get in the way of the gang going forward.
You don't know that for sure.
What?
When you say Zero...
Of course.
This is confusing. From now on, let's refer to the real Zero, the one behind all of this, as Zero Senior, which would, of course, make the AI Zero Junior.
But the AI is already Zero the Third, so wouldn't that make the one behind this Zero Junior?
Okay, fine with me.
Whatever.
Anyway, whichever one it is, they're not going to let a 10th person in. There's no way.
What if the 10th person is them?
I think it could be.
Zero Bun? Is it Common Rider Zero Bun? No, wait, he doesn't have a rabbit form. That was, Build. Build had the rabbits at full bottle.
Well, Zero Junior said so.
And he mixed it with the best match of rabbit to tank.
He said that the real Zero was one of us.
And you believed him? Oh, I suppose after you dismissing the possibility of there being a Zero in the last game, you might come to suspect it as a possibility in a second game, you know? Alice, Dio, Luna, Kay, Clover, Tenmyoji, Phi, or maybe Quark? Oh, why would Zero Senior plant a bomb? To make it more exciting? Make it more dangerous? No, didn't fit at all. But that was the case, then the person who planted the bomb was someone other than Zero Senior.
Oh no, this is bad. Press the buttons on your bracelet.
We've only got 4 minutes until the chromatic doors open!
Let's go then.
You're right. This bomb thing is gonna have to wait until...
We'll have to shelve this 1 ton of TNT issue until a later date, because right now we gotta go into the doors.
Chromatic doors have opened. 5 minutes remain until chromatic doors close.
Hey, the doors are open.
We need to figure out who's...
Alright, so now this time we actually have a choice of door, kind of. Or at the very least, we're not going through the blue door, we can go through the green or red door, I'm guessing.
I'm only saying this once. Just like the last time, we've got 3 possible combinations.
Option A, Luna and I, yellow, pair up with Clover to go through green. Tenmyoji and Dio go with Alice. And Kay and Quark go through the blue with the Phi. Luna and I go with Phi to go through the red door. Yeah, no, this whole thing would fall apart without somebody having some sort of artistic knowledge. Kay and Quark would go with Alice and to go through the green door. Or all the yellows stick together and go through blue. Well, that's not happening. Tenmyoji and Dio pair up with Phi and open the green door. Kay and Quark go with Cyan and open the red door.
3 minutes remain until chromatic doors close.
How do we want to do
you decided
this?
the first time, right? Then
Yeah.
can I decide this time?
Can I decide this time? Why
I
you?
think I deserve it. I only have one BP left.
Yeah, whatever. Yeah, and you wouldn't let me have the honors in the first.
Doesn't it seem like the fair thing is to let the person who's at the greatest disadvantage choose?
So then why not? Why you and not Tenmyoji,
Wouldn't
huh?
you agree?
That means you should get to choose too. I mean, you've only got one.
Yeah, exactly.
Right?
You've got a point, but how about we listen to what Alice wants first? So tell us, which door and which people do you want?
The green door.
No.
And I want to go with Kay and Quark.
Oh yeah? Maybe?
I see. Option B, then. That means Tenmyoji and Dio will go with Clover through the blue door. Is that alright with you, Tenmyoji?
Yeah, sure. I don't mind.
Why? If we go through there together, that means you'll be playing against me in the next AB game. Are you really, really sure?
Sure.
Yeah, I'm sure. Matter of fact, that's why I want to go with you. You said you didn't trust me, right? Well, I'd like to change your mind.
Oh, that's
I
nice.
figure this will give me the chance. I've been wanting to pair up with Alice, too. There's something I want to talk to you about.
Oh. And that is?
We'll get to that later.
We'll discuss it when it's private, except for Clover being here too. Hey, I just noticed Clover's got a Clover tattoo now. I guess it's more of a club's tattoo.
Alice's first choice would be option B, then?
Yes.
What
I
about
guess.
the rest of you? Is that okay, too?
I thought about it for a moment. If I went with B, Luna and I would go through the red door with Phi. Sorry as how I felt about that. Do I want to? You know, nah. Actually, yeah. I don't know. I don't really have any strong feelings about either door, really. Let's do what we did last time. Roll a die. I'm rolling a d6. Evens, yes. Odds, no. And that's a 6. So, yes, we do. You can do it. Yeah, that's
I
fine.
don't have any problems with it.
There are no objections.
And we're all set.
Technically, I could just find a coin, but like, I'm gonna roll my die.
Let's go, everybody.
10 seconds.
These are neat little dice.
Chromatic doors closed.
I don't think did I ever
9,
post about them? I don't think I did.
7.
Well, either way, we get to check out the green door, which is the treatment room, right? Oh, no, they go to the green door. We go to the red door, right? Left the hard metal warehouse to the floor and ran past them to the red door. The next stage of the notary game.
2, 1, 0. Chromatic doors closing.
Okay. You know, you know what? I'm surprised that we've gone this far without death, huh? Am I cursing the road like this?
All 3 doors seem to be locked.
Yeah, looks like it.
It looks like the thing next to the number 9 door.
It's a
got a
red.
lever.
It's an activation
Try
device.
pulling it, Sig. It might be dangerous.
Why should I? Why try pulling it? Why should I? Because it might be dangerous.
Maybe it'll trigger an explosion. Or possibly it shocks you when you pull it. Who knows?
Yeah, so why should... Right. Then I have no choice. Sure you think I say that, you heartless monster? There's nothing on either side, is there?
What's that supposed to mean?
Oh. What? I was talking about your... What? That sucked. That was bad.
It's
Come
called
on.
Dressing modestly. I'll have you know I'm a C.
If you're a C cup, I'm picked. Jeez, knock it off, you two. God. Lame.
What?
It sounded like you two might take a while, so I pulled the lever.
Sigma rule 728 and a half. Always insult women's sexual features.
Is that okay?
Only the one on the left opened.
Well, we should get going anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah, Luna is cute. I like her. Whoa, whoa! Oh, this must be the laboratory, right?
It looks like some kind of control room.
No, wait, no?
I can see a huge machine of some sort on the other side of this window.
Super sci-fi room. What is this, like a...
Maybe
is that
a
like
generator?
an antimatter reactor? In the future of 2028! Let's split up and look
Cards with the
around.
moon on them for the next AB game, right?
Probably in the room
Let's
somewhere.
get started.
Alright. Is this the laboratory? Or is this... Or did we end up going somewhere different because I don't know. Because of the way that door... Oh, no. That's a bad turn. Super danger skittle dipping dot. Alright. Oh, this camera movement is funky. What is this, a 3D printer or something? You used to analyze things. It's missing a part, though. Alright, we need to find a part for that machine. I think that'll probably be where we get the safe keys. Looks like we're playing a pipe wattage game. Pipe wattage puzzle. Is tubing as electrical cables or something? Or it'll let us change the electrical current. Power level's the source. Might as well give it a try. Don't get ahead of yourself. We'll get a 320. Oh, the lever's missing. Without a replacement lever, we won't be able to do anything. Okay, we need a new lever for this puzzle. On, off, on, off, on, off, 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 on, off, 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 on, off, off, on, off. Huh. Perhaps I should write. I feel like I might want to write this down, so I'll just write it in binary. So let's see. 1 0 1 1 1 0 0 0 0 0 0. Right? 1 2 3 4 5. Okay. 1 1 0 0 0 1 0 0 1 0. Okay. Yeah, you didn't have to read the whole thing out loud. There's a hole in the middle of it. Oh, yeah. Made with a needle. Interesting. Lockers like the one in Clue's quarters. The puzzles even look similar, but they're division. But we don't have any codes yet, so that won't work. 4 spots I need to fill. Put in the right numbers, press enter, it should unlock. 510 minutes. That's a long time. Eh. Let's see. Ah! A protractor. Let's see one of these in a while. For figuring out angles. Red line 30 degrees from the 90 degree mark. Set an angle to 30 degrees, huh? And a compass. So let you, one has a leg, has the other's a pencil. Use a compass to draw circles on a piece of paper. How big of a circle? There's an angle to set the compass to, that might help. Do we just do this? 30, alright, we need a 30 degree, a 60 degrees with a there. Something the mark that shows what the center should be. Okay. Anything in those boxes? Filled with complicated machinery. Nothing we can use. Any interesting books here? Nothing you can understand. The code? Nothing useful. Okay. Okay, let's try and draw. I put the compass needle in here and make a circle. Oh. I wrote all that binary for nothing. Compass to make a circle. And now the circles touches specific words. Interesting. Ten thousand 11,400 seconds on the face. Okay. Books about a technical and a novel. No clues. Okay. Okay, so we need to... Let's see, so 510 minutes. So that's divided by 6. 510 divided by 60 is 8.5. So 8:30 is the blue clock, and that many seconds, 11400, so 11400 seconds divided by 60, 190 minutes. 190 minutes divided by 60 should be 3 1/3 or so, so like 320. That seems right. I'll admit, I have to admit, doing math involving times has always been kind of a weakness of mine, but hopefully that works. So let's see, 8:30, 3. Did I mess up the timing? Did I mess up the, 11400 seconds. Oh, wait. recalculate. It's 3 hours and 10 minutes. Okay. 8:30. 3:10. There we go. I was close. You did it! Unlocked! See if you can open it. What do we got? What in the goddamn is this? Is this what they... Is this... It's not the man... It's not the Mandragoa. Root system from a tree. No tree has rainbow roots. So it's like, naturally, they probably painted it. It's ugly. I agree. What am I supposed to do? Make a delightful souvenir, but I don't think it'd make it past customs. Put it somewhere. In the machine. Okay. I think we need to... We still have to turn on that machine. Okay. Let's just use binary here. Okay, so let's see. I guess we use this to find out, to try to solve these levers, I guess? So like 0, 0. If it looks like from there that 2 of them are turned on, that are one opposite each other. So what if I just try this for with a space from it? So what if I try this for a bit? Oh! Sigma, what are you doing? Don't break it. No, it wasn't me. It just fell off. You sure? Yeah, I'm sure. No point no point crying over spilt levers. Maybe we can use it somewhere else? Hopefully that was the right case. And it wasn't just it giving it to me because I fiddled and failed long enough. Found a manual on the floor over there. This machine doesn't use electricity in a conventional way. These tubes use some sort of special liquid to transmit electricity. It's pretty complicated. The simple version, you adjust the voltage by adjusting the flow of the liquid. So you turn that rightmost lever all the way to the left. You do that, all the liquid coming from 240 will go to the left. And turn it all the way to the right will... Yeah, liquid power? It'll go to the right. What if you put it in the middle? It splits halfway through. Okay. Instead of one getting 240. What's the deal with the question marks? Unknowns in the target values. The ones with 3 question marks mean it's supposed to be a 3-digit number, while the ones with only 2 mean it's supposed to be 2-digit numbers. And a single digit is only a single digit. Well, the one that starts with 3. Well, we know it has to be 300s place, and the one that has to have a 4 in the tens place and a 5 in the ones place. Okay. And then pull the lever once it's right. This is weird. One more thing. Liquid will only flow from top to bottom. The manual is very specific about that. Okay. Well, let's see. Let's take it from the top here. you need to put all the 0 is a 1-digit number, so that one can just go straight to the left. Okay, this one needs at least 2 digits of power, so this has to go, split this way. And so if I let's see. So this would send 120, 120, 60, 60, 120, 120 and 60 is a 180. And then 320, and then 180 with let's see, 320 divided by 2 is 160. 160 plus the 180 is about 340 or so. That seems right. At the very least, it's got a 4 in the zeros place, so we're good. And then 160, and then 160, and then we got 160 down here. Let's actually, I should probably just write some of this down, huh? 120, 120, 60, 60, 160, 180, and that should be 340. Then 160, 160 is 0. Okay. Doing good. So we're doing good so far. We've got that side solved pretty much. That has to have a 5 in there, so one of these is, so either this one or this one have to be split in half. Actually, hang on a second. This 210 means that okay, so if I move the 210 over here, no, that doesn't work because then we can't satisfy the 5. No, don't clear it all. Let's see, so if we send 210 down this way, and then let's just say for the sake of it, 120, and so that should be 330. Oh wait, hang on. And then split in half, that would be like, fuck it, I'm just gonna pull out a calculate that real quick. Okay, yeah, right, like I thought. 165, and then that would be 120. And that doesn't quite add up to a 3-digit, a 3 in the 3's place. Okay. Let's take it from the top again. I think maybe I should solve. Maybe I should try to solve for the 300 first. What if I just don't pipe? Okay. 240. 105. 105. Yeah, okay, this works. And then 105. 3, 4, 5. And that, and 105, 160, 0, 340, 60. That ought to do it. And yeah! I'm a champion. Damn, that was tricky, but it felt smart. It felt good, you know, piecing through that myself. That was good. All right. How does this shit work? Boop, beat. Isn't it beautiful? Are you kidding? It's gross. All right, ladies, don't worry. Seems powered, but nothing happens when I press it. Okay. Are we still missing a piece? We are. Anything in these boxes? No? Laptop looking thing. Oh! Aha! Test! T is in green, but E is in blue, S is in yellow, and the second T is in pink. They've all been written in a highlighter. Laptop. It's got something on the screen. A green T. See the thing plugged into the side? Memory stick. Sure. Huh? It's a... So what is this thing? Unless I mismeant, it's actually a portable scanner. There's a thin slit on the end. Just wave that thing over any images or text you want to scan. Then you can plug it back to the laptop and look at what you scanned. Okay, then let's try scanning these. Yellow. The screen's blue now. This is... Hey! Huh! Look at that! I found the safe. I found the code. Look at that! I found the code for the file before I even approached finding the actual exit password. That just seemed like the most logical option. It seems like it was the actual progression choice. And star. Nice. Okay. And now what to scan with this thing? Ah, maybe this? Maybe I'm supposed to enter in the same code here? No. What order am I supposed to press the buttons in? You tell me, Sigma. You tell me, Siggy, old buddy, old pal. What is the laptop screen showing anyways? You know what? I can go into easy mode and not have to worry about it. Laptop seems to be showing the inside of the chamber. 2 bundles of folded cardboard boxes, just like the ones behind us. Look at the space and the boxes on the left of the wall. Is there something there? Oh, yeah, there is. Let's go take a look. Oh, it really is a clue. PP bands? Rope made from polypropylene. Polymascot foamulade. Ah! Numbers clipboard. Okay, so if we scan that, that's weird. There's a paper with the numbers on it, right? It's only 4 digits though. 7213. Okay. Well then in that case, let me just slowly turn myself around. Alright, so let's see here. 5 plus 2, 7. 2 plus 0, 1. 7 and 5 divided by... Wait, hang on. Hang on. Yeah, okay, let me just start. 7, 2... 2 times 4. 1 plus 1, 2. 7, 2, 1, 3. 2. Oh, 2 divided by 2. Okay, there we go. Okay. Alright, and inside the disc shape part. There we go. There's the last part of our an analyzer. Just slap that bad boy on there. Awesome. And now we have to actually... Ooh, nice. It's moving. It's finally ready, but ready for what? Well, it's probably for the test results. For you to use this, I'm guessing. I think. All right, what do you want us to look at with this this root? This nasty, nasty root. Is this it's a CT scanner from the hospital. One of those things that can take cross sections of your brain and organs and stuff. Yes, it can image things other than the human body too, like this root, for instance. Okay. So what we're seeing on the left slice, on the left is a slice of that root? I think so. What am I supposed to do then? I think trial and error is the best way to figure this one out. Just start messing with it and see what happens. Dragging up and down where the image of the roots is displayed when I scroll between layers. The bottom layer is 8 circles of different colors. 4 of the circles are blank. Assign an appropriate number to each circle. The numbers you can use are displayed. Huh? I'll just kind of go for it then. Let's see, so 100. What? I guess 7, and then if that would be 4, there's I don't get it. I can't figure it out. Calm down and think. If you concentrate, I'm sure you'll find the answer. So the full color wheel is 100. Then by here, I guess it splits off into 4 and 6. Give me a hint, ladies. 3 cross sections we can look at. Really don't think all the numbers just random. They might look that way, but there's a pattern. Don't you get it? Think of the first layer as the top and work down. The total of the numbers in layer 3 adds up to the number on layer 1. Get what I'm saying? Kind of. No, not really. Give me one more hint. Let's start on layer 2. It's got 3 fractions, right? Okay. Note that they are inside the circles. Outside the yellow circle says 416. Outside the red it says 315. And the red says 620. Right? So answer me this. What do you think those 3 fractions represent? Circle on the first layer is the trunk. Circle on the second layer are the 4 initial branches of the root. You can assume the fractions represent the fraction of the tree as a whole each root represents. Oh! 416 is 1/4. 1/4 of 125. And the red circle... Okay. Oh, okay, 75. That means we're short, right? You're really spelling it out a little bit. And the blue circle should be 25. Okay, you're... It's kind of spelled out a little much for me, but okay. Okay, and then... So... Yellow is 25. So... to be fair though, I wouldn't approach this very quickly, so let's see. What is it? 6 divided by 6/20ths? And that'd be 3/10. So 30. So that'd be a 9 there. And then the last one, 3/15ths, 1/5. And then 1/5 of 100 is 20, right? Yeah. And then, so that should be 8? Yeah. Okay, there we go. Oof. Math, huh? That's amazing. Good work. And there's the safe password. Have a look, Sigma. Sun, star, moon, sun, star. Awesome. And what do we get on this? What do we get in this one? What's our prize? Come on, get Zero the Third, give us a fun prize. That looks like a book. First we got the map of floor B. That's not very exciting. The numbers usually count up from the bottom floor. A above and B for below. That does seem ominous. Whatever, moving on. Our next prize is a pair of Ambidex cards. Now you can play the next AB game. They gave us 2, just like with the Sun cards. Sure, take your solo card. Next up, we've got a BlackBerry? An input device? Keyboard on it? Is this the bomb device? You can worry about that later. Might as well take it with us for now, though. And finally, the key out of here. I don't think it is the bomb device, but it's got a cable on it, and it inputs, so it might be the bomb device. Yeah, it should unlock the gate. No more screwing around. Let's get out of here. If it's the bomb device, though, then that means that the bombs were part of the plan from the beginning. You didn't notice? What? This thing on the other side looks kind of like a metal octopus. Yeah, what is that? I think that's an annihilation reactor. Like the bomb? Yes, the core of that annihilation bomb would work on these same principles. I knows a lot more about these things, though. I didn't say that. I just picked up a few tidbits of information here or there. If it is what Luna thinks, it should be pretty simple. There's going to be a bunch of matter and antimatter in there, probably hydrogen and antihydrogen bumping into one another. When they do annihilate one another, that's where you get the name, and release a bunch of energy. You can actually calculate how much energy by taking the mass defect and... Too complicated. You're saying that Octopus machine is a thing that runs off annihilation energy, right? It's more of an engine, a steam engine or internal combustion engine, just better. All of the electricity in the facility is generated by Mr. Octopus, and this will make this room the generator. Mr. Octopus's control room. Okay, but yeah, no, this took the chromatic door. The green door did not lead here on the route where we got betrayed by Alice. So those authentication devices seem to be leading to different rooms, depending on who goes through each colored door.
An Ambidex gate has been opened.
What? Somebody's playing the AB game.
45 minutes remain until Ambidex game polling closes.
First thing that happens as soon as we step out is somebody starting the AB game up.
Maybe someone from another team opened one of them. They must have found a moon card.
Why would they just go on and open the doors on their own?
Upstairs. Whoever jumped the gun is probably in the warehouse.
Huh. This is running entirely differently just off of Alice, of us betraying Alice accidentally, huh? Oh, I just came to a nasty conclusion about if somebody wanted to very selfishly win and get out of the Ambidex game. Because of the fact that you have to, a no vote is registered as an ally. If you happen to say go through a door and then murdered your who would have been your AB game opponent, then you can betray them and get the 3 points off them absolutely free without no worries of them defending themselves with a betrayal. There's to Tenmyoji, Dio, and Clover. You don't even have to kill them, you just have to keep them away from the AB gates. Why'd you go and open one of the AB rooms before the rest of us
Clover
got
and I
back?
haven't done anything.
Dio didn't feel like waiting, I guess.
You got a problem?
Yes,
Why?
I got a problem.
I don't remember saying anything about waiting until everyone got back to open the AB rooms.
Talk about it because we thought it was common sense.
Sigma's right. We were able to get back quickly, but the others could still be stuck somewhere. What if they can't get back in time?
No, sir. Were the words out of her mouth?
Oh, thank goodness. You're all here.
Something
Yes.
happened?
It's Quark, you see? He
Oh no, Quark is sick here too?
What? What happened to Quark?
collapsed. It happened so suddenly. We were just searching our room.
What?
Please, you must hurry to the infirmary. This condition could change at any moment. You should go.
Oh no.
But now we aren't just worried about Quark. Somebody's starting the Ambidex game. Somebody's trying to sneak off with some points while Quark is sick with Radical 6.
Come on, kid. Get a hold of yourself.
And who did it? Alice isn't accounted for, so did Alice do it? Grabbed shoulders and took it with Clover, stopped him.
Hey, what are you doing? He's sick, and we don't. What if you make him worse?
I have to save him.
Save? Maybe he just had...
No, that's not it. I know him better. He doesn't have anemia.
Well, then call an ambulance and stop freaking out about it.
You son of a bitch. This is serious.
The infirmary seems pretty well. There are plenty of
Without a doctor, there's not.
Well, you got Luna. Okay, yeah.
Wait,
Luna, you need to go in to diagnose him with the Radical 6 right now.
I'll see what I can do.
Unless it isn't Radical 6 in
I
here.
think that it's called It uses nuclear magnetic resonance imaging to examine and diagnose people.
This can tell us what's wrong with Quark?
I believe it can.
I don't want to rush you, but just let us know if you need anything.
Of course. Well, I feel so terrible. Quark hasn't.
Oh no.
Yeah, it's Radical 6. Don't tell me.
Yes. He's been infected with a virus called Radical 6.
Okay, so either timeline, he still gets Radical 6'd right here.
Yeah, I told Al...
Fine.
Everyone's got an idea about... I stayed behind after the AB game to split up and go into different rooms. Seems like one way or the other, everyone heard about it.
He can't... How could he...
Why wasn't it possible? Had Tomioji known about
There
it?
must be something. How can we cure him?
Well, it's.
We need Alexiver.
I don't trust him. I'm asking.
I'm sorry, we didn't find anything.
Damn it. What about the other rooms? Sigma, what about you?
In the control room, we just found stuff for controlling the generator. Don't think anyone put medicine there.
What about you, Kay? Was there any medicine in your room?
I'm terribly sorry. There was nothing of the sort in the archives.
Yeah, and this time, Kay was in the they were in the archives.
Books and so on in abundance, but no medicine.
So yeah, this totally confirms it, I think pretty much confirms that those activation devices decide what room you go to, and not the chromatic doors.
Oh god. Oh god, no.
And we don't even have the treatment room here. We can't even stabilize his condition. Just to be sure, where did the three of you go?
Someplace called the Bee Garden.
Okay, Clover ended up in the Botanic Garden.
It was kind of like a park with trees and stuff. Yeah, no medicine.
No medicine in there.
Maybe some medicinal plants?
Tenyoshi slumped into the ground. For a moment, there was silence.
Quark?
Quark! Oh, thank God.
Oh no, this is gonna go really bad. Well, there's less people here. There's no medicine. There's no treatment room. This is gonna go way worse. Oh jeez.
You're awake.
Get away from me!
What? Quark, what are you...
Sorry, Grandpa. I can't. I have to
Have to what? What are you talking about?
Isn't it obvious? I have to escape.
But how?
Like this.
Quark's hand moved like lightning. He grabbed hold of the scalpel, and it was driving it towards his heart. Okay, thank God Sigma still caught him. Oh, this is fucked. This is even more fucked because the situation's worse. Hey guys, I could use a hand here.
Yeah, right.
On it.
Me too.
Stop it! Let go of me, you jerks!
Tenyoji. Can you even hear me?
Oh, right.
Damn you!
Also, that is one hell of a scalpel.
Bastards!
I mean, I don't really know that much about surgical tools, but that seems kind of excessively big for a scalpel.
I have to get out of this body! They can't lock away the soul! Once
And what the hell?
Gone, my soul can escape!
What are you talking about, kid?
Let me... I'm trapped! Let me die! I have to die! Kill me! Somebody! Anybody! Kill me! Kill me! Kill me!
Jesus, the kid's lost it. Get the scalpel away from him. Okay, who's taking the scalpel now? Whoever it was. Quark barely even seemed to notice he lost his scalpel. Hit him with the Soparil.
Luna,
Yes?
are there any tranquilizers in here?
No. Well, I mean,
What?
there's Superil Beta.
Soparil?
That's the anesthetic, the one that's in our bracelets.
Good. Perfect. Hit him with some of that.
What?
He'll be fine. It's just an anesthetic, Tenmyoji. It won't hurt him, I promise.
But
I do. On one hand, these two scenarios being too similar is kind of annoying, but gosh, if it doesn't let you really see these things completely
Just
differently.
hurry up and do it! Come on, Luna!
Okay, let me just... Okay, I've got it.
Good.
Hit him.
Wait until he's...
Shoot him.
Now, do it now!
Get this kid. Blast
No.
him. Blast him off to bedtime. Thank God this stuff is fast active. Folly work here. They do a lot. It's pretty good. Pretty good with this scene though. And Quark's screaming. The voice actor does a pretty good job. He kind of kills it there. With his complete, he completes really shouting out. I love it.
Respiration. According to these readings, he's in a very deep sleep.
So who has the scalpel now is the question.
Yes.
What about the anesthetic? How long will it last?
He shouldn't wake up for a few hours.
Man, he sure was strong for such a little
Mr.
guy.
K then, I'm
I
guessing?
think that might be the virus's fault. It probably attacks...
Yeah?
Huh? Oh.
How much do
Oh, all I've seen about it...
Alright, yeah, there you see the newspaper
Why did I lie
article.
about that? I've seen other viruses do the same thing.
So when Clark tried to kill himself, are you saying that was because of Radical 6 too?
Yes. At least, I think so.
What kind of virus is Radical 6? Are we gonna learn more about it here, at least? No. Who has the scalpel?
what are you doing?
Tenmyoji? It turned and followed Tenmyoji's gaze. Alice? Still? Alice? Again? Apparently she'd been the one to take away from Quark. The longer I looked at her, the more I wondered if she wanted taken and protected, or some other more sinister reason. Didn't seem stable. This is weird. Damn. It's weird that we've ended up right back here, no matter how we try, huh? Eyes are flat and hollow. Her face is an emotionless mask. Not well. You okay?
We're all going to die. Huh? We're all dead already. Only terrorists would resort to biological warfare. But they will. Soon.
Hey, what What the hell are you talking about?
You don't understand? All of humanity is going to die. The virus will spread. Adults, children, everyone. Everyone! There won't be anyone left! I'd rather die here!
Oh no. Okay, so Alice is running off to a different room, huh? Those movements, it put too much time and doors between us. So did she run off to the botanical garden again? Everyone else poured out of the infirmary. Yeah, I don't know which way she went.
Well, let's split up and look. Quickly.
Right.
Look, if you find her, it's probably best not to shout or anything. Just do your best not to provoke her. Understood? Tenmyoji, I think you should stay here with Quark. The rest of us can look for Alice. Sound good?
Yeah, I stay here. Got it.
All right, let's move, people. Get going.
And we still don't. And meanwhile, somebody has been playing the AB game, it seems. So we really don't have a clue where Alice, we have a lot of people missing, because we have Alice running off suicidally, and we have, I can't think of who, or did they just play on their own? I can't place it. Whatever's going on, and nothing good is happening. And nothing good is happening, and it's all too familiar. Is the thing, you know? It's almost like it didn't matter if we betrayed Alice or not. It's almost like that. I guess if she was infected, if her and Quark were infected either way, then it's gonna, you know. Then I guess around this time they'd, you know, start showing symptoms no matter who betrayed who or whatever, you know? The archives. This is my only this seems to be the only chance we get to see them, at least unless we go here with a different group. Archives, huh? Kay, Quark, and Alice search this room. Weird lion. The scales are also a puzzle here. All these people are Sigma, Male, Phi, Luna, Clover, Quark, Tenmyoji, K, Dio. Everyone seems to be accounted for. Yeah. Well, now we don't know where anybody is because we're running around town, you know? We're running around the building looking for Alice, so we don't know what's going on. Check out the garden where we found her. Yeah. If anything, she'll probably have collapsed there again. Maybe Phi will have found her again. The plant life was everywhere, air was filled with a fresh sense of growing, underlaid with sweet, dry tons of dead leaves underfoot. While the air outside had been dry and harsh, and here was all wet and warm wet, almost like a forest after a spring rain. Just like Clover said, plants and stuff everywhere. Most of the facility was cold, dull, muddled, but this was positively verdant. What the hell is this even for? Is Alice in the garden again? Only gone a few steps in when I stopped short. Okay.
Oh, there you are.
Phi found her again,
Glad you
too.
showed up. I just got here a minute. She was like this when I found her. When you showed up, I was getting ready to take her to the infirmary. Yeah. Her breathing and pulse seem normal. She doesn't appear to have any obvious external wounds. Looks like it.
What about the
Doesn't
scalpel?
look like she has it. Figure she probably dropped it on the way here.
Or you stole it, now that I think about
Anyway,
it. That's also a
we need to
possibility.
get her to the infirmary. Give me a hand here. Wait,
Hold on. There's something I need to tell you. Just stay calm.
What's up?
Look to the right.
My right or your right?
Right.
Okay. Oh no! Another bomb has turned up. Shit.
Exactly. I'm pretty sure someone didn't move it here from the crew quarters. In fact, I'm pretty sure it's an entirely different bomb. Look at the number on the side.
That's the bomb number 1. Bomb number 1, Killer Queen.
I've got more good news. Just think about the numbers for a moment.
There's a number 2. You're saying there's a number 2 bomb out there?
I can't be sure, but it does seem pretty likely.
Bomb number 2, sheer heart attack. Explosion the size of 3 tons of TNT.
Yeah. Clover, Tenmyoji, and Dio investigated the garden.
Interesting.
There's also a chance someone else said it. Anyone could have come here after they left and before we showed up.
Clover, Tenmyoji, and Dio, but again, anybody could have come here in these moments is the thing.
Anyway,
there's very few alibis, except for...
Help me out here.
Except for people who have hung out directly with Sigma. So that means Luna. Luna has an alibi. And so does Phi.
Alright, please pay attention, everyone.
Right? Yeah, Phi was in the room with us too. Was in the control room also. It was
You need to hear this.
Dio
The
Vampire.
Atom has finished scanning Alice.
What did it say?
Her results are identical to Quark's. She has also been infected with Radical 6.
Seven eyes. Sets of eyes widened as Luna spoke.
Oh no.
No! What's going to happen to her?
Well, like I said before, there's only one way to cure Radical 6. It's a special antiviral treatment, whether or not there's any around here, though.
No! No!
We should check Quark's pockets anyways. Just in case that he didn't find it in the laboratory, maybe?
I don't want you to die! Please! Please don't die! I don't want to be alone! Don't die!
Wrapped her arms around Alice's unconscious body and sobbed. As the part pulled her off her, so we just sat and watched uncomfortably.
10 minutes remain until Ambidex game polling closes. All players, please enter your votes. If no vote is recorded before the deadline
Oh,
has
this is
passed,
bad.
any non-voting parties will automatically ally.
Alice could die right here, right now. If because she can't consensually
guys,
vote.
I think we should get back to the warehouse.
She can't vote. She can't vote, so she's going to vote ally. So if they and she's a solo, so her opponents could just murder her right now, and she'd just never wake up.
I guess we're just gonna have to leave him behind.
No! I'm not leaving! I'm staying here! Like heck, I'm gonna leave Alice all alone!
She's going to be fine. I gave her some Soparil. She'll just be sleeping like Quark.
I don't care! I just want to stay with her.
This is a precarious situation everyone's been put in by the Ambidex happening right now. I'm trying to remember who was with who. I think there was a... I think I saw some sort of guide around this, but I can't find it. Something that mentioned who goes with who, but...
She shouldn't have to be all by herself.
Let's see. I think Clover was going up. Wasn't Clover going with Alice, I think? Because Tenmyoji, Dio, and... it was Tenmyoji and Dio, and... Hey, what the... Hey, I've been stuck still here for a minute. Huh. I think my webcam froze. Hang on, this is just bugging me real quick. Let's see if this will this help? Will this do anything? Shit. Oh, fuck. How long been stuck still? Um Well, let's see here. I might be able to go back here and force restart it. Let's see. Okay, there it goes. Oh boy. This is quality stream. Let's try this. Okay. I've replugged in my webcam. Ba 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 ba. Hey, there I am. Awesome. Okay. Yeah, I don't know what was up with that. It just completely froze. So, anyways, where were we? Right, this is all. So Clover, I think, was a pair with Alice, I think. Wait, no. No, it was Clover, Tenmyoji, and Dio, I think. And I can't remember if Dio was the solo right now, or if he was the pair. Wait, or was it Clover and Clover K, Tenmyo? I just can't get myself to think of it.
I see. Dio and Tenmyoji's opponent in the next AB game is Clover.
Oh, there you go. Dio and Tenmyoji's opponent is Clover.
If she doesn't vote, then she'll default to ally, which I don't think I need to mention would be pretty favorable for Dio. If she stays, he's got an easy round.
Whoa, what are you saying?
There you go. So yeah, Clover is facing against Tenmyoji and Dio.
You think I'm gonna choose Betray?
Yeah, I do. Am I wrong?
Yes. Of course I'm gonna pick Ally. For one, Tenmyoji's gonna be in there with me. I can't just ignore his opinion and make my own choice, right?
No, I won't be going. I can't leave Quark here when he's like this. I'll be staying, just like Clover.
Hey, come on now, what is this?
Knock it off, Dio. He's too smart to let you make a scapegoat out of him.
Yeah, there we go.
What the hell?
Because if that...
Why are you so suspicious of me?
Yes?
What if Dio stays behind too? If Clover, Tenmyoji, and Dio all don't vote, then everyone allies, right?
Oh, you don't know?
Know what?
What?
Yes. You didn't find a note like this one?
Huh? A note?
Huh?
What?
What's this?
If
we found it in the archives.
What? This is a fucked up note.
Well, there sure as hell wasn't anything like that in the garden.
We didn't find one.
Not voting is not an
Apparently
option.
only the archive had one. Why don't you read it for us, Sigma?
Took him the note from him and, suddenly confused, began to read. Here's some more AB game rules for you. Not voting is not an option. Okay, you didn't need to use an if you're gonna switch it to option. If the pair and solo of a color both refuse to vote, then everybody gets penalized. In other words, one person out of every color group of 3 has to vote. Oh, this it really is the hard mode prisoner's dilemma.
You see? At least one member of each trio must vote.
Otherwise, all 3 members die.
That means Kay has to vote. Quark and Alice certainly aren't in any condition to. If he doesn't, all 3 of them are screwed.
Wait a second. Kay's got 6 BP right now. His opponent is gonna have to default to ally. That means if Kay chooses betray, he's gonna have 9 points.
You needn't worry. I have every intention of choosing ally.
Oh, give me a break. You expect us to just swallow your bullshit?
Oh dear. Dio, please, think for a moment. You do realize that Alice currently only has 1 BP, don't you? If I were to betray her, what would happen?
Anyone whose BP drops.
Oh, thank good.
Analyzed, just like when you break the rules.
Thank goodness Kay is a good saying he's a good person who wouldn't murder
I'm not so
Clover.
desperate to escape that I would be willing to kill. Therefore, I will definitely choose ally. Indeed, I really have no choice. Unless, of course, I wish to become a murderer.
You would definitely have no choice.
5
You would
minutes
be the
remain
killer. Yeah.
Until Ambidex game polling closes.
We don't have time to argue about this. There's only one solution. Clover, you're going to have to go vote for us.
Huh?
What does that mean?
What, did I use big words? It means this.
I'd never seen anyone move that fast, let alone someone as old as Tenmyoji. In the blink of an eye, he covered the few feet between himself and Dio and slammed a closed fist in the other man's chest. Oh, shit! Tenmyoji's got hands! Dio fell to his knees, wheezing for air. Tenmyoji waited half a second to make sure he was down, then turned to look at Clover.
He's not gonna stay down forever. Get out of here, Clover.
But...
You and Kay are in the same position now. I've only got 1 BP, just like Alice.
Interesting. So long as Tenmyoji doesn't vote, Clover's only choice is to choose ally.
Admittedly, there is a chance she might kill me.
Are you saying you trust me with your life?
That's about the size of it.
Ooh, Tenmyoji,
What the hell are you standing around for?
you're a big guy. I like it.
You don't need to worry about Alice. I'll keep a good eye on her. I promise. Now get moving. You still don't trust me.
No, that's not it at all. I trust you. I just...
You're in shock of this happening.
Remain until Ambidex game polling closes.
We need to go.
Come on. Okay, take care of Alice.
She'll be fine.
Meanwhile, we also have to vote here. Big ass whooping and big plays. I love it.
Yeah.
All got a moon car. Good, let's go. Boy, that is a huge rule to leave out. The fifth one, the one Dio had opened, stayed empty. The sixth, which would have been Alice's, remained unopened. Kay and Clover into the second and third, one head into our own.
Hold on a minute. You're going to choose Ally, right?
Yeah, but why do you even ask?
Of course we are.
You promise?
Absolutely.
Cross your heart.
Cross my heart, hope to die.
Cross me.
Don't sweat it. I'm a man of my word. And but what if I did betray? Five frowned but said nothing and disappeared into her own A-B room, the second from the left. Luna and I nodded to one another and headed to the leftmost room. Once you've entered your vote, the door will lock automatically. It will not open again until the polling period is finished. What do you think?
1 minute remain.
What are you going to do?
Don't have a choice, do I? I promised. I said I'd choose
Yes,
Ally.
Phi has 6 BP. If she betrays us...
Yeah, she'll have 9 points. I know.
Right.
What do you think we should do?
It's your decision, Sigma. I'll be in the same position either way. You have 6 BP too, don't you?
Yeah?
That means if we betray Phi, and she chooses Ally...
I would have 9 points.
Yes, you see? In either case, I could end up with someone in my group reaching their goal.
Huh.
20
Interesting.
seconds remain.
That's it. We don't have any time left. You have to make a choice.
Sure this is okay with you?
Yes.
Ten seconds. 9, 8, 7.
Ally or betray?
5.
I'm settled with Ally. I think, at least for this exact moment.
3, 2, 1.
I mean, I could always just I could just twist up time and see what would happen the other way, you know, later.
Round 2 of the Ambidex game has been completed. Results thank you for your participation. Ambidex gates now opening.
You already gathered in front of the projection, awaiting the results.
You chose Ally, right? Are you sure that was okay?
Yeah, what else was I gonna do? I promised. It'll be fine. I'm sure Phi chose
Really?
Ally too. What's with you? Do you not trust her?
No, that's not what I mean. It's just...
Let's go take a look. Why have we been here talking about this? We'll know what happened in a few
You're right.
seconds.
Let's go.
It'll be public knowledge who's the crewmates and who's the imposters.
Results
You don't.
from round
You don't
2
want to stop by
of
Zero the
Ambidex
third.
game. Will please stop.
Okay. Ally. Good. Ally. Phi, you fucker! Phi, you bastard!
Points have been assigned, or please check your bracelet to see your updated bracelet points.
Hey, what the hell is this? Why did you betray? I thought we promised.
I don't remember that. You promised me. You said you'd choose Ally, but I don't recall promising you anything.
Damn.
I was free to choose whatever I wanted.
Bastard.
You should have seen this coming. I told you I'd make you pay. And now I am.
Huh? What? No idea what you were talking about.
You reap what you sow.
What do you... What?
This is your fault. You chose betray first.
No? First? In round 1?
No, I mean the first round too.
What? This is the first round too. Fine, we're on different timelines here, pal. Take a real good look at the results up there. This is round 2. My vote was allies. Yours was betray. I didn't betray you. I've never betrayed you.
Yes, you have. Remember? Oh, don't lie to me, Sigma.
No, I genuinely have not encountered
Drop
this.
the act.
You're in desync from our subjective
There's no way
timeline.
you don't know by now. What's
Know about
happening
what?
to you?
Oh, no, what's
The
happening?
strange things you've been seeing.
Okay. Okay, you know what? Perhaps us, the player, are slightly desynced from what Sigma has seen, though. Do you mean the premonitions? I wanted to say it, but as the word formed itself in my neck, I felt a tingle on the back of my neck. Someone was looking at me. It was Luna, Clover, and Kay.
What are the two of you talking about?
It's nothing. Forget about it.
I'm afraid it's not that simple. You were the only person who chose to betray this round. Is there some connection to what you and Sigma were discussing?
Yes, there is a connection, but you wouldn't believe me.
You don't know that. We might believe a lot.
Yeah, I think, if anyone would, Clover would definitely get it. Several long moments, her eyes stared off into the distance, and I could see her mind working. She sighed and spoke.
Right. Well, I've got 9 points now. So sorry, but I'm out of here. Do I really have to explain it? I'm leaving. Through the number 9 door. You're in my way. Move.
Not letting you go. What happened to you? I didn't think you were the kind of person who'd ditch the rest of us so you could get away.
When someone betrays your trust, feels like a part of you dies. For me, I guess it was the part that cared.
Fi, you are definitely 100% desynced from
I don't think
us.
you have even the slightest idea what that feels like. Whatever. Just get out of my way. I see. Then you leave me no choice.
She spoke. Fi bent down. Oh shit! She's got the big jump move still. And shot up into the air and over my head. Spun around to see her standing next to the number 9 door, her hand on the lever. So she can actually can just do big jumps, huh? It wasn't just a big, a moderate-sized jump off of Sigma's back. She just has huge jumps.
Nice try.
She grinned, tightening her grip on the lever.
Te, acta est fabula.
Yeah, Fi.
It's Latin. Applaud. The play has ended. That's what it means. See you
Latin? Bolt of lightning, searing light roared through my brain. When I came to, I was floating in a field of nothing. What? To be continued? Oh, I guess that's supposed to be receiving a moment of a flash of inspiration from another timeline. But I haven't seen that other timeline, so I can't exactly see that inspiration. I could just go and, for completion's sake of tonight, betray her right now, like she so desperately wants it to happen, and wrap up there. I think that'd be a place to wrap up. Yeah, you want to be betrayed so damn badly? let's do that so that at least you make sense there for your sake. Unless you mean about a different first round too from your perspective. Either way, it's happening, and I can't imagine. Come on, you're just gonna be at 6 points.
Remains
unless
unless
it happens.
polling closes.
Unless the same thing happens like Alice did.
What are you going to do? Yes, but if she...
Because, you know, because the fact that, you know, when we had Alice, and it's, you know, Schrodinger's catted out or something. Betray. Plus, it ends right there. I think that might be... Oh, fuck. This may just be an ending. Probably not a good ending. But it'll be a ending. They're already gathered in front of the projection, awaiting the announcement of the results.
So, you chose Betray. Did you
Yeah.
do it to protect yourself? Were you worried that Fi might choose Betray?
That's a good question. I'm honestly not sure why I did it.
Well, we should go see the results. I want to see how Kay and Clover voted.
Let's go then. So, will her vote be consistent, or will it get
Results
changed again?
for round 2 of the Please Direct.
Ally. Right, no surprises. Damn it! It keeps happening! We're always stuck in a position where it keeps fucking happening. We're always stuck in a position where we're gonna be voting opposite each other. Fuck! These timelines are fucking rigged.
Points have been assigned, or please check.
Damn it! I'm annoyed.
Well played, Sigma. I guess a promise means a lot to you.
I had nothing to say. She was right. I'd broken a promise.
Why did you do it? Nothing to say?
Because you betrayed me over me betraying you in a timeline that hadn't happened yet, and so I had to be here to make sure that you would get upset at me betraying you, and oh god, man, oh god, my brain's twisting up from this.
I guess I misjudged you.
Oh boy, that's really concerning that I've been forced in. I kind of been forced into this because otherwise your timeline that you saw from wouldn't exist, and therefore the timeline I'd go forward in wouldn't exist. Ah, shit. This is way more complicated. This is way more complicated than the fact of just, you know, oh, there's a couple impossible timelines that happen, and they're impossible because they don't result in Akane being saved 9 years in the past. So therefore, that future can't exist because.
I thought you were better than this.
Sorry.
That was not a smart move, Sigma.
Yeah.
I won't forget this. I'll make sure you pay, even if it's the last thing I do.
Yeah, you sure will.
Lapsum semel occasionum, non ipse potest Jupiter reprehendere.
So hey, you always knew a Latin, huh?
A Latin proverb.
What does it mean?
Not even Jupiter can find a lost opportunity. Jupiter is a Roman god. Actually, he's kind of the Roman god. He's in charge of all the others.
Okay.
Not even Jupiter, the ruler of the gods, can take back what's been done.
Well, I'm doing it because it has to be done. Because you saw me do it. Oh, this is fucked up logic.
You did something bad. You're not gonna get a chance to take it back.
I'm taking back something good I did, actually, so that you can get mad at this and be. Turn away from Fi. I couldn't stand to look at her anymore. Kay and Clover, their eyes. God, you see what I mean? This whole situation. And there's also the possibility that she's mad about a completely different betrayal. that I also hadn't done. Oh, God, don't... They both chose an ally, as promised. The only person who betrayed anyone was me. The only person with 9 BP was me. Little wonder I wasn't very popular.
What do you intend to do?
You weren't thinking about trying to open...
For a moment, I considered the unthinkable. Could I break through them and reach the door? Once I was through, I'd be out of the game and free from their judgment, but... No, I couldn't do that. How could I possibly justify leaving them all behind so I could escape on my own? Why had I chosen betray? In my memory, it seemed as though an almost flippant choice. As if I'd just been curious to see what would happen. If betrayal was what I wanted, I should have made that choice with commitment. Oh. Hey, that's a decent little play on the player there, huh? But there I was, and I couldn't turn back. If I didn't try to open the number 9 door, they would all be suspicious of anything I did. Trust is easy to break and hard to repair. Unless I could somehow turn back the clock, I was stuck with the consequences of my actions.
A lapsum semel occasionum, non ipse potest Jupiter reprehendere. Not even Jupiter can find a lost opportunity.
How could I do something that was beyond the reach of a god? Why hadn't I just chosen an ally? What would be happening to me right now? What if... Then Phi spoke and I blinked.
Sigma, we're just doing this to be safe. We can't let you run around with 9 BP. I'm afraid you're going to have to sleep for a little while. Okay?
What? Started to turn around, but it was too late. Felt a heavy hand slam into the back of my neck. And then everything went dark. They drugged him? They drugged Sigma for having 9 points? I can't... God. And I'm guessing by the fact that that's the absolute end there, I'm guessing he does not wake up, you know? Yep, not even Jupiter can take back what a missed opportunity or whatever. Okay. Next time, green door? Yeah, I think next time green door, and to really wrap up and squeeze as much out of this path as I can get. And then I'll check out the other doors, and hopefully I don't end up running into locks and just opening them right away. But if I do, whatever, you know. But I don't think I'm going to be easily breaking through locks that spoil everything and everything else. How do you stop now? How do you stop Phi now that you made her timeline make sense? Not easily. We're gonna just jump here and save, and we'll worry about, I guess we'll just think about that. Leave that as something to think about how she saw a timeline I hadn't done yet, and I done that, you know. But that's for another day. For now, I think I'm gonna wrap up for the evening. Thank you for ever so much. Oh, shit. Thank you so much for everybody for coming by. Let's see who we got around to raid. Who I can point y'all at. This is a really good, it was a really good game. Let's see, we got... Ooh. You know what? I don't think I've raided them before. Let's raid Nuna. Is that how I spell it? Nuna Paru. Yeah, Nuna Paru. They've been following me for a bit. I haven't really talked though. They're a nice robot. I'm doing some art right now. So come hang. Let's go see what they're up. Let's go see what they're up to. But hey, thank you everybody for coming. Have a great night and a better tomorrow. And I hope I'll see you all later. And goodbye.